start. So does anybody?
DM?
What's that, Rep?
Recap time, DM?
Sure. Let's do it. If you guys can collaborate, or Raptor, if you got it, you can go ahead.
Collaborate and listen. Last session, our party got caught and thrown in a dungeon by some shady guy, and for some reason, while we were in the dungeon, DM, what was the guy's name?
Tywin?
No, the guy who got us trapped in the dungeon in the first place.
Yeah, Tywin.
That was Tywin.
Oh, was it Tywin?
Yeah, the half elf man. The half elf.
Tywin Galeon.
Yeah.
And for some reason, while we were trapped in the dungeon, he broke us out of the dungeon by giving me a set of keys that opened all of the doors in the dungeon, and a dagger that he said was a key, which didn't really make sense at the time. Then we proceeded to walk around the dungeon for quite a while, trying to find our friends. I managed to find these two, and we managed to get out of the dungeon after walking around through some tunnels for quite a while. Just trying to find the exit, because apparently the exit changes or something. So we managed to find the dungeon after beating up a bunch of guards. And we got to a door at the top of the stairs, and it had a really weird key slot. So we tried a bunch of different stuff, and then we realized that it was probably actually the dagger that he gave me, that he told me was a key. So then we opened the door, and we went north of town to a airship dock, which the man had mentioned when he gave me the keys in the dungeon. And now we are flying on the airship towards a city called Riegel Port to restock on our way to our destination in Ilber.
Lift out the biggest, I guess I should say the climax of the episode. Do you remember?
The notes. We got notes on a raven from our hometown. And it turns out that the orcs came. And Rist's family is a little bit broken right now, so he's pretty upset.
Yeah, absolutely. As is Elowin's. Broken is a good word. Dysfunctional, I would describe it. But yeah, essentially, you got those two notes, and now your characters, more specifically, Rist and Elowin, are questioning their course of action currently, whether it'd be a better idea to go to Oburn/Northcrest and kind of continue on with the journey that you guys had set out on. I would say weeks have gone by now, back in Okar, or go back to Allenmore and kind of reestablish contact with your family and go that route. Totally up to you guys.
And didn't both of our families leave? They left?
Yes. I believe, if I remember correctly, Elowin, her parents had tried to flee to Jericho, and Rist, your adopted family, attempted to head across Lake Colby to Frostford.
Frostford, yeah. It looked like it's in Tostford for a second.
Yep. And this whole debacle between Elowin and Tywin is peaking. I don't know if I'd say peaking, but it's definitely up there right now. The tension.
It was pretty high last episode, but I think I managed to calm Elowin down, right?
I mean,
Chad?
A little. I think it was more like she's just like, okay, there's nothing I should do to I shouldn't try hurting this person. Obviously he's in some sort of power, he has some sort of power. But yeah, I don't think she likes him very much, obviously, and she's probably more just upset and not wanting to do things. Depression, basically.
Yeah. Nick, did you have any thoughts and comments on last session, or any thoughts regarding what the next course of action is, on what maybe your character want to do or your character's interests?
Not really. He's trying to get away from where he came from, essentially. At this point, so really anywhere is good.
Okay. So no matter
He
what the
necessarily-
party chooses to do, whether they go back to Allenmore or go forward to Northcrest and establish
Yeah.
connection with this Felix Thibodeaux or Ilburn, whichever you guys choose to do, it really doesn't matter to Aurelius.
Yeah, at that point, or at this point, he's just turned into like a wanderer, just trying to get away.
Okay. With that all being said, coming back to the SS Galeon and you guys moving off into the distance toward Riegel Port, this village, I wouldn't really call it a city rep, but it's more of like a village / town where Tywin kind of has to stop and refuel, regather. I mean, now you guys have some gold to your name, so you can perhaps get some. I mean, at this point, anything would be good for you guys: armor, weapons, goods, services, provisions, all that good stuff. So, he needs to stop in Riegel Port for just kind of a reconnection, like a refueling and all that stuff. So,
How much money do we each have? I forget.
check your inventory.
I have something to send to just you, Ryan, as well. So
Okay. You can message me on Discord, or if you know the whisper thing, you can do it on Roll20.
I'm just gonna do it on Discord.
Okay, I have 138 GP each, I think.
All right, yeah. Discord. If you guys want to like message anything to me, without, I mean, you could whisper to me on here, but just keep in mind that if anybody rewatches the video on YouTube, like they're obviously gonna see it. It's not gonna be much of a whisper. So anything that like long term, go through Discord. Anything kind of like within the session on here, I think that's a good thing to point out.
Yeah, that's why I'm sending it on Discord.
Okay. Coming down upon Riegel Port, you can kind of see it's a very small and quaint town just off the waters. It's not very big. There's a wall going around it, so obviously they are sectioning themselves off from something. Normally, towns only build walls for, I guess, certain things.
threat.
Yeah, unless an imminent threat is currently within the vicinity or something. You know, it takes a lot of manpower and resources. Takes a lot of manpower and resources to build a wall, and if
So, when we're coming in, we're seeing them building it?
no,
or-
you see the wall. I'm
No,
just
it's
kind
already
of
built.
telling you that like this is kind of the makeup of the town. Like there's a reason why towns have walls, and not every town has a wall. But this one does. So obviously, take that information, what you will with it, but just so you guys are aware.
I get it. I was just saying because if it isn't recent, I mean, like a threat or something like that could have been several years ago. Already passed.
Possibly.
If the walls are old.
Very rustic looking in nature. You can see from the red kind of brick tops. I'll go ahead and send you guys over to the overhead view of the map real quick. And this is kind of what you guys see coming into Riegel Port. You know, it's a very quaint, small. You got a small dock and a lighthouse off on the little brick island over there. Coming in, you guys
Ooh, a brick island.
You guys are coming in towards the northwest, kind of up in. Why can't I ping? Okay, kind of like up in this area. There's like a. I'm just gonna tell you guys that there's like a port up there for airships and such. I mean, obviously, if you were coming in with a ship,
Where?
you'd be coming in. You'd be probably gonna.
Oh, this?
Not this specifically, but airships would kind of come along this hillside right here and dock.
Oh, so there's like stuff up there, and then there's a path,
Yes.
or is it, or is there a path down here, or is it over here?
No. You would follow this road up. This is not very high at all, whatsoever. It's kind of like that thing in
Okay.
Klal where like the airship dock is basically kind of like on a hillside essentially. This isn't like a mountain or anything. It's just kind of like a small, medium-sized hill where airships can dock safely over the city, and then you would follow the path down to the actual town of Riegel Port. And obviously, if you were
I'm assuming we see this on our approach.
yeah, you would see this. You would see pretty much the whole layout of the town. You know, people walking around, going about their business, and from what you can tell, it's not a super populous town. I mean, in a way, it is for its size, but not exactly overpopulated, I guess. Not exactly a whole lot of people. And from what you can see out in the distance on Lake Solring, there are several ships out there. Since this town is too small for a larger ship to kind of come in on, they kind of have to dock outwards, and then
So they dock like over here.
yeah, they dock way off the water, way off the bay, and kind of come in with their.
And then they come in here, and smaller ships are probably here.
Yeah, yep. And so coming down onto the airship dock port. There's only one other airship there. Not really too much to look at, honestly. Just a regular old other airship. See some humans, some dwarves, kind of knocking about. And as you begin to land, Tywin lets off the dock, and you guys make your way towards the village of Riegel Port. Kind of down this rocky pathway. Let me go ahead and bring up, because I don't know where you guys want to go, I will bring up.
Don't know yet.
Here we go. And I should. All players there. Now you guys have free reign. So, as you guys are making your way down towards the northwestern gate of this place, you see a small crowd of individuals. At the center of this kind of mass of individuals, a man stands out to you guys. He's human, roughly, I'd say probably just under 6 foot tall, bulbous, kind of fat, rosy cheeked. Wears a nice, I don't know if I'd call it suit. It's more like a middle-aged suit, like just really nice clothing that would only come out of
like nice robes. And
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. And then of course around him is similar-looking individuals, but
Does he seem like a priest or like a merchant?
no, he seems like a man of power. I should say, not necessarily anything religious or anything like you're thinking, but a man who has wealth.
Just of importance.
Yes, importance, wealth, and such. And the people surrounding him are, I should say mediocre. They're nicely dressed as well. However, you can definitely tell the makeup of the town is like this guy can afford nice shit, and these guys, I guess. What I'm trying to say is, why am I blanking?
It's obvious who's in charge there.
Yes, thank you. Like
Yeah.
I was blanking so fucking hard on that.
He seems very important.
And this is about, I don't know, 60, 70 feet away, as you can kind of see him down this long path, and he seems kind of, waiting there, clutching his suit, waiting for you guys to come up. And by the looks of things, it looks like not very many people has visited this town. Like I said, there was only one airship there, and it wasn't really much to look at. It looks like it hadn't been flown in probably several weeks. Not a lot of traffic moving in and out of the city.
Some shit going down, maybe.
And as you make your way closer and closer to this individual, Nick, I'm gonna go ahead and read your message just so I can get out of the way.
It's not super relevant right now. It's just about the whole like why I
Gotcha.
my rationale. Yep.
And I'll go more into that with you because there's a system I have in place, but I haven't really talked to you about that.
This one. Yep.
So walking up, you get about 20 feet from this individual, and everyone around him kind of backs off a little bit so he can have some room to speak with you gentlemen. And as you approach, he begins to walk towards you. He says, "Hello, adventurers.
Hello.
My name is Nicholas Monroe. I am the mayor of Riegel Port. I'm assuming you're wondering why I came all the way down here just to see you.
A little bit.
Well, Riegel Port's been having some problems lately. And with the amount of traffic coming in and out of the city, well, I had to take this opportunity once I saw you guys coming in to have a word with you.
Alright.
If it shan't be no trouble, Riegel Port is dealing with a very, very large problem. Not numerous, just one problem. An ogre by the name of Boris. He lies to the southwest of Riegel Port, guarding stolen treasure taken from the denizens of this town that he's amassed over the last 3 months.
Wow.
Now, if it wasn't so...
Sounds like a dick.
If it isn't much on the party, I would like you guys to lend a hand, and of course you'll be rewarded. And that's all up to you. But if you choose to decide to come with our best fighters from Riegel Port, a reward shall be given.
Can
Hey,
we
Tywin.
have a moment to talk about
Absolutely.
ourselves
Come
about
in the town, buy whatever you want.
that? Where can we meet you to give you our answer?
Our best fighter will be at the south gate shortly before dusk, if you choose to accompany him. However, if not, we totally understand, and we'll get some of our best fighters to go out and rid the evil of the forest. I just had to take a moment and speak with you personally, as the mayor of Riegel Port. No pressure. Go about your day as you normally would, but like I said, if you choose to decide to join us and our best fighters, then we will reward you. I promise you that.
Real quick, out of character, what was the mayor's name and what was the ogre's name?
Nicholas something.
Nicholas Monroe.
Nicholas
And
Monroe.
Boris.
And Boris.
The douchebag
Boris. Boris.
ogre.
The Soviet love hammer.
Now, these people around this gentleman, now that you're closer and you can get a better look at them, they're almost as acting if they were bodyguards. However, they're not armed, which kind of leads you to believe that this gentleman in this encounter is fairly genuine. I mean, obviously they could have come armed to the teeth, but they're willing to trust any adventurer that comes within the confines of the city, for great reason. I mean, they are obviously looking for help, and they're trying to get it. And if...
They're desperate.
Boris was
Essentially.
an ogre, correct?
An ogre, yes. And now, ogres you're not terribly familiar with. I mean, they're kind of basic when it comes to monstrosities and beasts. However, you know very little. The party as a whole knows very little. I mean, they're large, they're dumb, they take up a lot of space, and they hit really hard.
Big angry.
Big anger.
Hey, Tywin.
Oh, Tywin did not come with you guys.
Oh, well, fuck. He stayed by the ship.
Stayed by the ship, as well as Gildroy and, of course, Aurelia. Gildroy wanted to continue reading his books in the ship. Tywin had to obviously guard the ship and kind of make sure that everything went well. You know, he had to hold on the fort. It's his ship after all. And Aurelia is kind of going about her own business, thinking about personal matters that Alex and I have talked about.
What was his title again?
Nicholas's?
Yes.
He's basically, in simpler terms, the mayor of Riegel Port. There's not a very defined sense of
Mayorship.
Politics in the city. They do have a leader, and his name is Nicholas Monroe. Now, I'm not quite sure how he leads or how exactly the form of government works throughout this town, but they have a leader, and you know, he kind of speaks for the people, essentially.
Is he still here?
I would say yes. He's kind of he kind of like let his guys off to the side, so you guys can make your way through the path into the city if you would like. However, he's still standing there, and you very much can talk to him.
Nicholas?
Yes.
Does your town happen to have a library? I would just like to do a little bit of research before we head out.
Absolutely. Our library is at the east part of the village. You can't miss it, I promise.
Where is it on the map?
So he said east of the village, so you can probably assume in this area if you were to come.
Okay.
From you thinking back in your memory of the village in whole into the eastern part.
From the sky.
Yeah, from the sky, you could fairly assume that it would be in this area.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, on that note, I will be back in a moment. I just, like I
Yep,
said,
you're good.
gotta let the dog out.
Go.
So,
Oh no.
So as you guys make your way into the city, as you pass through this kind of... I mean, it's not even... I'm not even gonna lie, it's not even old. Like, this shit was probably put in place within the last 20 or so years and looks very well kept. By that, I mean the wall. And specifically the gate you're walking through. Everything's very clean, touched up, and working magnificently. I mean, even just the gates opening and closing, there's no creaks or anything, so... this is a very modern town in terms of upkeep.
Just ignore the green line.
So, with that being said, you guys have a little bit of gold. You guys have some money. You can take this opportunity to finally buy something. Because it's been a while since you guys have had actual wealth to yourselves.
Is the mayor still there?
As you guys kind of walk past, he's behind you guys as you continue walking, but you could most definitely speak with him if you'd like.
Before he, before we separate and everything.
He's following us.
No, is he?
No, he's not necessarily
Close.
following you guys. I mean, he's still standing there, but you guys have made your way past him.
That's what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
So, okay, and yeah, before we kind of depart off, for a bit around the town, I ask him, "What all did you say the ogre stole?"
Oh, gold, gems, magic items, anything that rotten bastard could get his hands on.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to get him back for you.
I certainly hope so.
About to
Well-
beat some ass.
How much are you offering as a reward for doing this, then? Certainly you're getting a lot out of it. If we can get back gems and gold and treasures and...
Any treasure you bring back to Riegel Port, specifically you shall get a percentage of. I do promise that.
Ooh.
Gotcha. I turn around to Ritz and hopefully after we get far enough ways away, and
Absolutely.
I say, I don't want just a small percent.
Well, they're not going to count the coin.
Huh?
I said they're not going to count the coin.
Exactly. I'm thinking of other plans. You in?
You know it.
Evil campaign making.
Evil. Dude, of course.
Dude,
what do you think the plan was there?
I'm chaotic good, bro. This is for the betterment of the party. We
Dude.
need that shit.
Chaotic evil right here says, I'm gonna go up to that ogre, I'm gonna fucking try to side with him, take his gold and kill him. And then be like, yeah, this is all we found. That's my plan. Fuck. If you're that alignment, that's what you do.
So,
Not sure how Aurelius feels about it though.
That depends on whether Aurelius was paying attention.
Should we tell Aurelius is the question.
that depends. Does Aurelius?
No.
That depends. Did Aurelius overhear you talking to Riz about this?
If Nick's not here, I would say no. Fuck no.
Well, no. Aurelius is here. Do you choose to make this a secret between you and Riz or not?
Oh, well, yeah, I was whispering
yeah.
Okay.
to Riz,
Okay.
as we're walking away.
For now,
For now.
I think we should tell him. Eloise,
I
would say
slowly approach it.
I would say that
slowly.
we should tell him that the mayor said we could have a percentage of the treasure. and we just don't tell him how much.
Yeah, we just lie about the percentage.
Yeah.
Okay. So to
We can't make it too high though.
No, I
'cause
was
then
gonna
he
say
wouldn't believe-
like 10%.
No, I was gonna say like.
well, Aurelius
30
overheard the
to
conversation
40.
between you and the mayor. Obviously, you guys are together, so if one of you were to speak to the mayor, they would turn around and be like, "What are you guys talking about? Like, you guys are together." So,
Oh, okay. So. Wait, hold on. Say that one more time.
so all
like,
three of you are
we're
together, right? So this whole conversation you
saw
just
them
had with
talk
Nicholas
to them.
Monroe, everybody heard. Are you
Yes.
okay?
That's fine, but the one between me and Ritz, I was trying to whisper.
Right.
Keep
No,
tab-
but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
saying, so he would have heard if the mayor had mentioned a percent.
Yeah, Aurelius knows it.
Oh, okay.
Aurelius knows about the whole conversation you and the mayor had. It's not like you guys had this separate conversation and Riz and Aurelius kept walking, essentially.
Okay, so then like we don't lie about the percent, but we just probably tell him, and it's 2 against 1 if he doesn't agree.
Well, I think he'd understand that it's for the betterment of us.
Yeah.
It's not like we're taking it just to be like douchebags.
Well,
Well, yeah. I mean, no, of course. Like, I'm taking it because I want to take it.
but also because it'll make us better.
I mean, yeah, it will, but I also kind of just want it. You know what I mean?
well, regardless, as you guys are kind of mulling this around in your minds,
Like,
separately, you guys, what would you guys like to do? I mean, you have no armor,
I'm going to the library.
you have no weapons. All right, Raptor, you're gonna go to the library.
Elwin, I'm going to the library to see if they have any information about ogres.
yeah, I was gonna say armor and weapons are probably the first thing I was gonna buy.
Okay. Plop these down.
To the library.
Library.
Okay, so walking into the city. Riz, do you make your way to the eastern part of the village fairly quickly? It's only but a 3-minute walk, I should say, over to this building right here, which is, from what you can read in common, is the town, I guess, library.
Repository.
Yeah. Elwin, your first, I guess, instance of the town would be armor and weapons. Any
Shopping.
normal adventurer's first option would be weapons and armor, which is conveniently located just over here.
Ooh.
So, Raptor, going off your initial intentions to find out information on, you said ogres, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's the plan.
go ahead and do you have any racial modifiers or class modifiers to search for information in libraries at all?
Probably not.
I mean, I'm just curious. I don't.
but I think I have a bonus to search and spot.
Well, go ahead and
That's
make a search check. In this particular library, I mean, if ogres have been a problem, or if this ogre has been a problem for God knows how long, something very well may come up in the library. That is a 17. Okay. So as you make your way into the library, I mean, Raptor, I'm sure you know what a library smells like and feels like. The atmosphere of it, the
Yep.
smell of
Must.
yellow stained old books, which is probably one of the best smells I think ever. Coming into this large room, it's 2 stories, so you get a kind of a grand staircase coming up and kind of coming around the far end of the building, coming around to the sides of the building. If you can kind of picture that, you gotta have your front with your desk, your secretaries, and then the second floor.
So the entrance is on this side of the building.
The entrance is on the facing the street.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So then there's like a grand staircase inside that goes up to a second floor.
Correct. So as you walk in, you kind of see this. You kind of see like a desk and a secretary and some other people kind of mingling around it. And then behind that, you see a staircase going up to the second floor. And then you see the second floor kind of hugging the wall.
It wraps around.
It wraps around, correct. And yeah, just like you said, the kind of like the light coming through the windows, you can see dust kind of like wincing about and the smell of old stained books. And as you kind of make your way around...
I'll also ask the librarian too.
Okay. And,
because,
and
it's a good idea.
She points you up to the second floor, east side. And as you make your way over there, you're kind of looking about. You see various books on Klibbles, vampires, things of that nature. Nagas, demons, devils.
Dark creatures.
And eventually you come to a small section about ogres, and you pull one book out, and it's an illustrated book. Written by a dwarvish man that you have never even heard of, although you can tell he's dwarvish by the name. And you take it over to a secluded corner.
Actually,
what's that?
What is his name? Because this tome sounds like it's quite useful. And if I can find other things published by him, I might be able to use them.
Perhaps. Let me get his name for you right now. His name is Wilfram Rumwald.
1 second. Ruthford?
Wilfram, Wilfram. Rumwald. Rumwald.
Okay. Because this tome had quite a lot of information in it, and if I ever encounter something I'm not quite sure about again, I might want to remember this guy.
All right. So taking note of the dwarvish gentleman's name for future reference, as you kind of flip through the pictures, from what you can see, probably standing at about 7 to 7.5 feet tall, these ugly, fat creatures, holding clubs and flails. Their armor, from what you can tell from the pictures, it seems definitely made by them and probably doesn't grant a huge bonus in terms of combat. However, they're very intimidating and could use as weapons themselves. For instance, like spikes on shoulder pads could very much be used as an additional weapon in the event that an ogre would need to use it. Taking an excerpt...
Any particular weakness?
Well, from what you can find while reading, you take a specific excerpt from the paragraph that you're kind of glancing down upon. It says, ogres are big, ugly, greedy creatures that live by raiding and scavenging. They join other monsters to prey on... Excuse me, I gotta take my headset off. To prey on the weak and associate freely with ogre mages, giants, and trolls. Lazy and bad-tempered, ogres solve problems by smashing them. What they can't smash, they either ignore or flee. Dwelling in small tribal groups, ogres occupy any convenient location and eat nearly anything they can catch, steal, or slay. Ogres sometimes accept mercenary service with other evil humanoids, including humans. And adult ogres, at their maximum, I guess I should say at their peak adulthood, stand 9 to 10 feet tall and weigh 600 to 650 pounds. Their skin color ranges from dull yellow to dull brown, and their clothing consists of poorly cured furs and hides, which add to their naturally repellent odor.
Sounds flammable.
I am back, by the way.
Okay. So what has happened so far is Elowin went out to purchase weapons and armor, and Rizd is currently at the library reading as much as he can about ogres and their weaknesses and their strengths and anything that could maybe aid them in combat.
And
Okay,
so far, they sound very flammable.
I probably would have went with Elowin.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go try to find a shop to see if they have oil.
Was there anything particularly that you were looking for, like, I don't know, I should say anything specific that you were going to try to look for in the book, because I could try to help you out with that.
The specific for it is if there's any, like, it would be weird if it was in there, but, like, ways to avoid an ogre, or things to trick an ogre with, information like that.
Go ahead and make a search check.
Chance,
Go make a search check again through this tome that you were reading through.
Gotta read all the headings, gotta scroll through all of the,
You can't control F this tome, man.
yeah, I gotta get that upgrade first, man.
The internet has not come to Riegel Port yet.
Yeah, upgrade to the new
Control F the tone.
22. Awesome. And with that check, we will move
Hell
on
yeah.
to Elowin and Aurelius. Purchasing weapons and armor. I will conveniently flip to the weapons and armor just to kind of help out you guys if you are looking for anything specific, and I have the stats and everything right here. Coming into the shop, as you can see, it's owned by a small gnomish individual behind the counter. He pretty much has a lot of shit to choose from as far as simple weapons and martial weapons. Two-handed melee weapons are kind of hard to come by, but anything that you'd remotely find pretty much anywhere you would find here. Is there any specific thing that you're looking for?
Short bow, short sword, and leather armor, just like I had. I'm kind of just looking to replace what I had. Now it's, now it's gone, so I need to get it back. So I'm going with, I'm looking for a short sword, a short bow, and leather armor.
I'm pretty much just looking
like
for some
20 arrows. Yeah, is what I had too. So.
Okay. Short bow is 30 gold. Actually, we'll bump that down to 25 gold. And how many arrows are you trying to get?
20.
20? That's just going to be 1 GP with I'm guessing a quill as well.
Mm-hmm.
Quill?
Or yeah, what did you?
Quiver.
Thank you. I knew that was wrong, but I couldn't think of the fucking word.
I knew what you were getting to. I just didn't care about it.
Come to the
like
free
the name.
No, please correct me, because I'll say some dumb shit and I'll be like, that's wrong, but I want to keep going on.
Yeah, I don't like that. It just it feels like an awkward pause when you go like, hey, you meant quiver, dumbass.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better than me saying the wrong
You're
thing
under
and then
pressure.
that's stained throughout the whole video.
But
Yeah.
bow and arrow with arrows comes with free pen.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and look up the cost and shit from whatever you want to buy. Just let me know what you buy. I don't want to spend the whole time looking at everyone's shit.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask this guy that's in here, whoever, if there's a shopkeeper in here, the main thing you don't got to go through all of it if you don't want to, but the main thing I wanted to ask him was, hey, we're using this equipment to save the town of this ogre that keeps raiding, that would take more of your equipment. Do you think we could possibly
Get a discount.
get a discount, or even get some for free, or use the treasure we get, some of that treasure we get, to pay for this, or can he discount it or do something
So
because we're using it to do good for the town.
So, looking over his selection of short bow, the quiver, and everything you need, the short sword, you pick everything out. Anything that you need, Aurelius is still kind of in the bag searching.
I said I was gonna grab some leather armor.
Okay, that would be in another shop. You guys are in the weapon shop right now, so
Gotcha. Okay.
going through the weapon shop. Cody, as you kind of getting everything together, this gnomish individual, kind of sitting on a very high stool behind the counter.
They all do.
is you kind of make your persuasion to get some sort of discount, which is, I mean, good on you, because that actually makes sense. And
it seemed fair at the time. Like it seemed like the right moment to mention.
he looks up.
Yeah.
Let me think. Make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
Because
Alright.
although you do have a very good argument, gnomish people are greedy.
There's not persuasion in this. What is it?
You could just make a charisma check.
1 second.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy? Nah.
Yeah,
Would it be
yeah.
diplomacy?
Diplomacy, like
It's not
like
bluff. I wouldn't say it's a
yeah,
bluff.
it's diplomacy.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll with
like
diplomacy.
policy stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diplomacy is just like friendly
Being
conversation stuff.
yeah.
16.
Wait, why did it roll a D10? What?
No, it didn't. Scroll down.
I rolled a D10 earlier.
1d20 plus 3.
Aurelius. Oh, I thought it rolled a D10.
No.
I go, what?
No, you're good. So, as he's kind of sitting there, thinking for a moment, I guess I could do a discount.
Alright.
Perhaps? How does
Appreciate it.
25% off sound?
Sounds fair. I'm not gonna push you for it. I wanted to mention it. So
80.
thanks for your discount. I look at Aurelius like I'm gonna or do you actually say 80?
No, I'm not even buying anything from here.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like he got like 7 gold off, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
No, it would totally be funny if you said 80, but you just said it as like a joke or something.
take everything that you're going to
It's
buy
like-
and minus 25% off the whole, not individual items.
Gotcha.
oh shit.
It would still
be
add
the
up to
same either
same.
way, yeah.
Yes, it adds up the same. You just got to do the math correctly, both.
Yes.
Well,
So
if
it's
tax
easier
is,
to add it all up and then do it.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go ahead and do that, Cody, on your own time. I'll trust you to do the accurate math on that. Aurelius, you're not buying any other weapons?
I'm looking at weapons right now. I haven't picked anything out yet.
Okay.
Is a bastard sword a light weapon, or is it a?
no.
I don't see where this is said. Is the thing like
A bastard
It
sword?
would mention it if it was.
medium-sized character martial?
If it was light, it would mention it.
So if it's not, then it just won't say anything.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
because it doesn't say like heavy or
Okay,
something.
that's what I needed to know. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just if it is light, it will say.
Well, because a bastard sword is a sword that's built to be able to wield it with one or two hands, so that's why I was curious on that one in particular. But
Oh no, I was wearing studded leather.
I don't even see bastard sword on here.
it's sword bastard.
Hmm.
25.
Yeah, it's
so
under.
20.
I'm on at least on like the D&D wiki. It's here. It's just under sword, comma bastard.
Is it?
It's an exotic weapon.
Ooh, yeah. There's no exotic weapons here.
Beast.
This is a very very small
yeah, it's
village.
probably
No, I figured. I was just curious in general,
Okay.
but it's technically a martial. Is it martial or I looked
No,
up
it's
martial
exotic. It's
weapons.
one-handed melee weapons. Sword bastard. I see it.
I don't see why this showed up when I looked up martial weapons.
So
it's
49.5, Ryan.
Okay.
So what? It would be 5 silver. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you did
Yeah,
that.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And Aurelius.
49 gold, 5 silver.
I'm looking for. Would he have a net by chance?
A net? Like a regular
Yeah.
fishing net, kind of?
Not necessarily a fishing net, but something along like gladiators used nets in the arenas.
80 gold.
They would fucking chuck them at their enemies and trap them and shit. So
I would say.
my guess is probably not, just because it's kind of an out there item.
You could probably buy a net from the general store and kind of fashion one yourself, but like a net specifically for what you're talking about, no.
Okay, probably have to go to a bigger city to find something like that.
Yeah, and I'll let you kind of mosey around the weapons portion of 3.5 while we get back to Rizd real
That's
quick.
fine. Yeah, go ahead.
And so
You,
yes, go ahead, Cody.
you guys want to know something funny? This is out of the game real quick and everything. I started thinking like how the gold and silver pieces and all the money's lined up on the character sheets. I thought from right to left it gets bigger because WoW does it that way.
It does.
And on here, it's left to right, it gets bigger. So I thought I wrote down I had 80 silver pieces and 5 gold.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I just want to put that down. Like, that's funny that WoW changed how I read that. Like,
What do you mean, Cody?
World of Warcraft, as you go to the left of the screen, your gold amounts get bigger. It goes
so
like
yours is the
copper,
opposite.
then on the left is silver, then on the left further is gold, and on this it's opposite. So I actually read it backwards. Yeah,
It's all good.
Actually looking at the
So
things below.
So Rist, you had made a search check and had gotten a 22, and this was to find what exactly again?
If there are any like tricks or methods that you can use that seem to be especially effective for tricking or confusing or angering an ogre.
Tricks
Anything
that
along
would
those
anger
lines.
an ogre.
Like
Pea and their
methods you could
cornflakes.
use to outsmart or manipulate an ogre
Well,
if you're having problems or something.
Well, while it is fairly easy to outwit an ogre, especially because their intelligence scores are so low. I mean, even with less than 10, they can't even speak common. They only speak giant. So with a 10, you're pushing it, and they can actually speak common. However, it is fairly easy to outwit an ogre, whether it be from magic or simply be like a decoy or something. Their intelligence scores are so low that it would be fairly easy to set up a trap or anything of that sort. You know that by your read, you would know that they dabble in some very low-level magic, as far as like setting up small traps and the likes of that. They're not heavily trained in magic.
Like hunting. Like they're like using magic to like hunt, basically.
They more so use magic to in a very selfish manner. They would use it to protect themselves in their colony, their community.
I'm surprised they have magic at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Ogre and Magi are no joke.
Canon, I wouldn't say canon ogres. Normal ogres are not really like this. These are kind of like my homebrewed ogres. They can use very low-level magic, but they're not smart enough to utilize it effectively.
In a way that would be...
It's like World of Warcraft ogres. They're the same
Shouldn't
way.
it be like shouldn't like the magic be almost uncontrollable? Like
Sometimes.
say they release a spell, they don't really choose the target, it just flings out and shoots and like
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, because a lot of them have really low
Like,
intelligence scores. However, smart ogres could effectively
Magi.
handle it better.
I think what would be cool in like a later thing when like say you have like Ogre Magi is like you almost make it like the power's uncontrollable too, so it could be like it doesn't really hit you that hard, or it could be just monstrous, like very I can't say the word, but
Monstrous.
Monstrous, yeah, monstrous.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, it's like Quill, and Quiver. Anyway, yeah, it's just like monstrous power coming out, or just like it's not controllable. That'd be
They're
pretty
like
neat.
baby snakes.
But yeah, so that's kind of what you take from that, Raptor. Anything else that you're specifically wanting to? I'll let you.
Well, just based off of what I've read, it sounds like fire would be quite effective. Based off of the fact that they clad themselves in fur.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go see if I can find something flammable, like oil or some shit.
Okay.
And then I need to find something that I can use to light a fire from far away.
Okay. And as you go and do that, would you like to learn anything else about anything else while you're at the library?
I would actually like to see if it would be possible for me to purchase the book. Some libraries do allow that.
Okay. As you take the book from the shelf and away from your secluded corner that you've kind of taken the time to read about ogres, you bring it up to the secretary at the front, and she kind of mulls over your decision to want to purchase the book. She checks her records, and as a matter of fact, they have at least 2 more copies, and so you're more than welcome to purchase the book at I'd say about 4 silver pieces.
Well, hell yeah. I'm gonna buy that. This had a lot of information in it that was pretty useful, so.
Yeah.
Hey, I only had 4 silver pieces left.
So
Great.
getting back, as you make your way, Riz, to the general goods store, which you had seen coming in to the city about right here, you make your way down the city path and back the way you came. Aurelius, have you chosen any weapons to purchase? You could also sell your short swords if you'd like as well. They're
No, I'm gonna keep the 2 short swords. They're not like crappy short swords by any means, right?
no.
Okay, I'm
Wait.
just gonna keep.
What's up?
What?
You had a short sword on you, and I just bought a short sword for gold.
I have 2 for me.
Oh, do you dual wield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He chose to do wield.
Now that's
Oh
what-
shit!
Engaged.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Damn.
You're good.
All right, you don't expect
That
dual
was-
wielding every day.
See,
Yeah.
no, and that was my plan, was to dual wield, but last session I didn't take the feat, and I was like, fuck, I still have a feat to take, because I meant to throw it on there, but I didn't, so that's why I didn't do it last session, I guess.
Okay, because I was like, wait a minute. He had 2 short swords. He could have just gave me one.
Yeah.
Nah,
If
fuck
we-
you.
If you dual wield. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had 3 short swords,
Yeah,
I
I was like,
dry wield.
Nibba. like,
Toro?
bruh, I just, shit, that's our goal.
Yeah. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. It was only 10 GP for the sword, actually. It would have been the bow that mattered. Yeah.
Something I totally forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the session is I'm wearing my special shirt for tonight's session.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got the OG art.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I
Yeah.
can't see anything.
Reppin' the Gygax merch.
Reppin' Gygax and what's the other?
Dude, I gotta get me a 2E shirt. Shit. Oh, fuck.
Reppin' Gygax merch.
Yeah. So Aurelius, you're good on weapons. You at this point you're trying to buy armor, correct?
Yeah.
And then Elwin.
I was gonna, I can't find stats for, are
I
there
got you, bro. I got you.
Gladius? Are there Gladiuses in
That would just be a short sword.
just a short sword designed differently, essentially?
Sure.
But it's
Yeah.
the same stats. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's it then.
Okay.
So yeah, I just need to go buy some leather armor at this
All right,
point.
Elwin, you're good for the shop. All right. Conveniently, the armor shop is just right around the corner, back kind of the way you guys came. All this is kind of located in the same area for good reason. I mean, if you're going to buy a weapon, you're more likely going to buy armor. If you're going to buy armor, you're more likely going to buy a weapon.
Yeah, it would seem that they would group it together, like certain shops together.
Most
It
places
makes
do.
sense that the general store's over here, though.
You're gonna have
This
like
is where
your
all the residential is.
like all your herbal stuff is gonna be next to your apothecaries and shit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
So Raptor, go ahead and I'll allow you to go into the general store and purchase miscellaneous items for the adventure.
So what I'm looking for is a jar of oil.
Apothecary shit.
They would have a jar of oil.
A jar of black.
There's not really, from what you guys have seen so far, I know Aurelius and Elwin, you haven't really made very much progress into the city as much as Rist, but Rist, as you've made your way kind of to the city or to the end and back again, you're not noticing really any specific shops as far as apothecaries, magic items, things of that sort. I mean, you
Yeah.
got a general store, you got your armor shop, you got your blacksmith, and there's not much in between.
It's a rustic town. It's not advanced in that sort of way.
So yeah, so a lot of the stuff you're gonna find, like really the small items you'd find at the goods store if they have that in stock. The jar of oil you're looking for, I'll let you kind of like, because obviously I get the book. It's like old school. I feel like very old school tabletop when we used to play it in Rap's basement, where I have the fucking book and I'm like looking for
Yep.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
But just let me know what you get, Rap, and then minus the wealth. I trust you to do that.
Literally, all I want is a jar.
You're just gonna get a jar?
And
That's
then
it?
some sort of method to light it from a distance. That's what I need.
Figure that out and let me know.
I'll have to look if there's like a.
You go ahead and think on that. Excuse me. You go ahead and figure out how you're gonna do that. Aurelius and Elwyn, as you walk into the merchant shop of armor, it's almost like a hole in the wall type shop where you just kind of have the walls lined with different types: scale mail, leather armor, padded armor, hide armor, even chainmail.
Oh, I had already factored in that armor to the percentage and everything. I thought that was the same fucking shop at that time. When you said just shop for everything and then do the percentage.
That's fine. That's fine.
Ah,
we can just say that you bought it from here. How about that?
Okay.
So what kind of armor did you buy again?
I brought studded leather.
Studded leather. Okay, perfect. Aurelius, is there any particular set that you had in mind?
What kind of medium armor does he have?
Medium armor. He has hide, scale mail, and one set of chain mail.
What are the prices on those?
So hide is a measly 15. Scale mail, a little bit buffer. I want to say buffer. I mean, it is buffer, but beefier. Especially for your size. 50 gold pieces, and then the chain mail is around 175 GP. And that's this set obviously doesn't look new. Perhaps maybe used only a couple times, but it is marked for used essentially.
Okay. I might buy scale mail because I get, so part of my class, just so you know, I get essentially I got a free feat. I got a free power attack feat even if I don't meet the qualifications, but I do.
Okay, yep.
But I only get that if I'm wearing no armor, light or medium. So I think I might go with the scale mail.
Scale mail is a good kind of medium.
It's a nice in between.
Yeah.
So I think I'll buy the set of scale mail.
Okay. So
All right, Ryan.
yes.
Do they have fireworks?
Fireworks?
It's a legitimate item in 3.5.
I mean,
I'm looking at it.
I'm not saying they don't exist. However, let me roll a percentage die. This is.
You said it was. Sorry, real quick. You said it was 50.
Yes, 50 GP provides a +4 bonus to your AC. And what's your? I mean, I don't think your dex is very high. It's not. You don't have a +3 on that, do you?
I doubt it.
I mean, even if you did, that's the max. And you don't cast any spells, I don't think.
No.
It does, however, bring you down to 20 feet instead of 30.
That's fine. That's fine.
Which is odd for scale mail.
That's very odd, yeah. No, it's +2 dex, so.
Okay, and then scale mail weighs 30 pounds, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
You said you had studded leather, Cody? That's
yes.
20 pounds, which I think you are more than capable of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was +4 AC?
Correct. Raptor, I'll go ahead and roll a percentage die for fireworks. Normally in a small town like this, you wouldn't think that.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's very odd.
But,
however,
maybe.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Actually, I won't even roll the percentage die in hand. I'll just go ahead and roll it so it's fair and you see. That's /R, correct? Or R/?
/R.
/R. D100. And we'll give this a. I'll give this a 10% chance. So if it's 10 or below, and then we'll go from there.
Ooh, damn it.
So as you kind of go up and down the aisles and of various goods and services, you don't find any fireworks particularly. However, you do find some gunpowder and some very basic material components that you could try craft a firework with, although you probably wouldn't be very proficient in making that. But
doesn't Cody use a bow?
Yeah, we could just wrap a rag around it and then light
Cody,
it on fire.
I'm not sure if Cody. Oh yeah, he did buy a short bow. Aurelia also uses a bow.
Yeah. Fire arrows are a very real thing.
Of course, you would have to get something to wrap the arrowhead in with some rags.
Aurelia would be better at firing than I would.
This
so
is true.
We'd probably want to take her for that. Yeah.
This is true. And then maybe some rags. that you could wrap around the arrowhead
Yeah,
and
just like-
coat in oil, which is it's no big deal. I mean, you could find those easily, and they wouldn't cost very much. I mean, you could probably find some shit on your person that you could wrap around.
Yeah, literally.
So you guys have got your oil. You've got your whatever you're gonna buy, armor, weapons.
We have flint and steel. We already have flint and steel, so that's good.
Okay, Riz, did you want to buy any weapons or armor? I know you have your quarterstaff, and
I don't wear armor,
you don't wear armor.
so that's a no.
What about any
No.
weapons, backup weapons, or anything?
I was thinking about getting a metal stick, but I don't know how much that would cost.
A metal stick,
Yeah,
like a metal
replace
rod.
my wood stick. Replace my wood stick with a metal stick to beat the shit out of things even harder.
You could go to the blacksmith and request and kind of put an order in for that and see if he can make it for you. I mean, it wouldn't be very hard whatsoever, and he could probably have it probably within a matter of hours if you paid
to the blacksmith.
if you paid like an expedited kind of cost for that and to have it within a matter of hours. It's about
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys have been in the city for about 20-30 minutes or so, maybe even longer than that, maybe probably approaching on an hour. But yeah, you could definitely go to the blacksmith, put a request in, and get that within a matter of hours if you paid the expedite.
To the blacksmith.
So I'll have you making your way over here. And as Aurelius and Elowen, God, so many fucking names, make their way out of the armor shop, all three of you kind of meet up. And Riz, this is kind of your opportunity if you want to share the information, your battle plans, anything that you've kind of conjured up over your departure from one another over these last, 20 or 30 minutes or so. And as you guys kind of mull over what you guys want to do, I'm going to go ahead and use the restroom real quick. And so I'll be back in like
Yeah, me too.
30 seconds.
Alright, you're back, guys.
I like how Ryan left
guess-
so that Rap could talk to us about his plan, and then Rap goes to P2.
Yeah. I hope, dude, guys, I really hope, real quick, Ryan doesn't think this shit's gonna be OP based off of what might happen in that fight. Cause this class has burst, but then it's like an assassin, right? Like you do a lot at the start, and then you just drop off, like damage-wise.
You mean as you level, or just in a fight?
It opens up really strong, but then it doesn't have much.
You mean like in an
sneak
encounter,
attack,
though,
like
right?
Sneak attack, yeah.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay. I was just I didn't know if you were talking about like it plateaus in levels or during the fight.
Yeah, no. It starts off doing a really strong amount of damage with like poison and stuff, and then it drops off, and I'm like, okay, I
So
hope
you're
that
fucking
doesn't.
you're a vanguard, like you're gonna fucking run in there and deal it out, and then
It's like it's like a rogue. You go in, you try to assassinate, and then you just
Or
the rest of your
opposite.
fighting is kind of.
or opposite in the way that your character works. Like you might run in and try and deal everything at the very end to try and like steal the glory.
Oh yeah, I always do that.
Just in
if
your character.
if there's anyone there to watch, yeah.
That's true. If it's just us, you
Yeah.
probably won't care. But
So,
Yeah, it would just like jump
so
on.
since Rap had to use the restroom, we'll just kind of we'll go with the fact that he expelled all the information to you guys about ogres. Them being dim-witted, easy to outwit. They're large. They like to smash things. Very unapproachable. Yeah, he pretty much shares all that information. Was there anything that you guys wanted to recall from him, like as far as any information about ogres off the top of your head?
not really. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
Okay,
at
I'm just
that
making
point.
sure you guys like remembered everything that I told Rap.
I didn't really pay attention to Rap's part because we weren't there. Like what I like to do when I play D&D is I don't really want to listen in as much when other people are like when I'm
So that
not
you can't
with that
accidentally
party member.
meta.
That's fine.
Yeah, so you stop yourself from metaing.
That's fine. I just assumed because Rap was gone that he would go ahead and tell you guys anything. But Raptor,
Yeah,
since
yeah.
you're back, was there any sort of specific information that you wanted to share with the party about ogres, or like I said, your kind of plans?
So, Elowen,
Mm-hmm.
Aurelius.
Yes.
So, it's come to my attention, due to some reading I did in the library, that it should be quite easy to trick the ogre using a decoy or some sort of trap to catch it. And apparently, they clad themselves in furs and hides, which to me sounded like a perfect opportunity to light something on fire. So I grabbed some oil on my way here, and I was thinking that maybe one of you two could shoot an arrow at it and light it on fire after I get oil on it or something.
I don't have a bow, so that would be up to her.
I could, but I think we need to go get Aurelia. I really think she'd be the better person for this.
Where is she anyway?
I
She's
think
standing
she
back on
was
the
still
ship.
with Tywin and Gilderoy,
That
right?
is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. She's still on the SS Galeon.
So we need to head back there.
It's a good idea to inform them of our plans, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna say we start walking there. I think.
Out of character, Alex and Vasic are not going to be showing up. correct?
I haven't heard any word on Alex. However, Vasic might show up later when he gets off work.
Yeah, but we need Alex's character here. So.
But that could be Ryan, because Ryan played me.
Yeah, I can play Aurelia if you guys would like.
It's gonna have to be. What I was saying is, like, even though Alex isn't here, we're gonna have to have his character. It's importante that he shoots the arrows.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and head back to the SS Galeon now?
Or she. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Now that we all met back up, it's a good idea to inform them.
Okay. And as you make your way back, walking quickly upon the hillside, back up to the airship port. Making your way up to the SS Galeon, I'll go ahead and take you guys back to the SS Galeon in just one moment. Let's see if we get you guys here.
We're gonna light this bitch on fire.
Alright. And you can see kind of over on the other end of the bow as you make your way up to the dock. You see Tywin kind of like doing some maintenance on the ballistas and making sure they're all good, you know, in the event of any sort of catastrophe.
Could we shoot? Ogre.
Okay, there we go.
Elowen.
Sorry, I was looking at some. Yeah, what the?
I'm gonna go talk to Tywin because, you know, there's a massive crossbow tied to this boat, and I think it would be quite effective against an ogre.
Okay. As you make your way over to him, you kind of see
I'm gonna
him.
go grab a drink real quick.
You know, I hate both of them, but he's not wrong. He's actually just not wrong, dude.
Just
I'm not opposed to that.
Okay.
shoot it with a fucking.
Wait, no, I am opposed to that.
Why? Why?
Okay. I'm gonna try to, before he gets to Tywin, just like kind of stop him as fast as I can, hopefully, and just like, wait. No, if you tell Tywin about the ogre, and he learns about the reward and the gold and the gems and all this stuff, he's a greedy motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
He's super greedy, dude. He's going to take what we want.
Never mind. Let's just go downstairs.
We don't use his ballistas.
Let's just go
Fuck
downstairs.
no.
It's gonna steal our money. Fuck that.
Okay.
I'm wiping the sweat off as like Rap almost
Yeah,
said
he
that
was
shit.
very close. Like he had been walking with me. He's about halfway there. I would have said before you realized a better plan.
Yeah, like if we were moving square by square, he was almost there. I would have
you
to say.
just
Yeah.
barely in the nick of time was able to kind of conjure this memory and this idea. As you make your way down to below the flight deck.
Don't tell Gilroy either. Don't. Fuck. I hate how many greedy motherfuckers there are in this party.
Where's Aurelia?
So looking around, she doesn't seem to be on this level, and you guys could very safely assume that she'd be on the lower decks as you make your way further down.
Oh, this is the first time we've been on the 3rd floor.
Hey guys, don't mind me. I was just doing shit.
I was just stealing stuff. I mean,
I love it. That's fucking
I mean,
great.
yeah.
Hey, Elwin.
What?
So.
What?
What?
We've happened to stumble across an opportunity to
Perfect.
go fuck up an ogre
to get some dollars.
and get some money.
But we already have so
Get
much
down,
money.
Red.
How much money are we talking here?
Like 8.
Like a percentage of treasure that's been stolen from this town over the past 3 months.
To be
Okay,
quite fair, he did just say we were going to be rewarded. I have no idea. Like, we have no
Aurelius,
idea
it
what
don't
that-
matter what the reward is because we're taking like way more.
No, I'm
Then-
just saying, like,
No, I'm telling you. You
Yeah.
What are you talking
you
about?
didn't know about it, but me and Ritz are planning to take a lot more than we're supposed to have.
how did I not know about it? I was with you guys. Like, I was with one of
We
you. about it.
we whispered that to each
Ah.
other separately from you. Yeah.
Ah.
And so now, like, because we think you're more the good character, like very, very good. So
Very chaotic good.
okay.
I'm very
Um,
chaotic good as well.
We think for the party it'd be better if we had a lot more right now, and that would let us have, you know,
Make our journeys easier.
just yeah. Plus, we can get away from Tywin.
I mean, yeah.
Like that guy's a scumbag. Like
And as
we.
Aurelia is kind of like taking all this in, she wholeheartedly agrees that something needs to be done, and there's probably a lot more that us as the party can get out of this, just by going to the treasure and taking it all for ourselves or having it,
Just
and then
skimming.
you know,
Do you say Aurelia agrees or Aurelius?
Aurelia.
Okay.
I was
These
just saying,
goddamn names.
If I said Aurelia,
I think
okay.
he said you did,
Okay.
but that's because they're so fucking close.
yeah. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
So dumb.
it was. You know what, man? I didn't know any names when I made
It's
my
all good.
character.
It's all good.
Marcus, you name Marcus.
Yeah, dude. Really.
Here, hang on. I'll
Dude,
change my name to
Marcus-
Marcus.
No, it's
so
Aurelius. We'll just
It's the-
Marcus and
Nope,
fuck
nope.
nickname
Hey,
Marcus.
It's
I'm
the
gonna-
true
name.
name.
My middle name is Marcus.
All right. It's canon.
We're gonna
Spelled
call him
with a- yep.
Marcus
Canon.
for
There we go.
nickname.
It is now canon.
He's
Marcus
Aurelius Marcus Grimnar.
Yep.
And we call him
that's-
Marcus. For
That
short.
sounds very Roman. So.
So,
It does actually. Yeah.
coming up to Aurelia, she wholeheartedly agrees that we should take on this adventure and find out exactly about this ogre and his treasure and where he lives and everything. So this has now
Aurelia.
become an active quest for everybody. We put this in fucking...
All the porty.
So Aurelia, I need you
Oh, wait,
to
Aurelius.
shoot an arrow at this ogre with a flaming tip on your arrow, so we can light the ogre on fire.
Wait. Again, why are we talking about this in Tywin ship? Let's get the fuck out
You
of
guys
here.
are on the 3rd level. He is up on the flight deck, so...
Doing
got cameras.
maintenance. He's doing maintenance.
It's not no. It's just like if he comes down here and we're talking about it, and it's coincidence, and then we get the awkward like, what are you guys doing down here? And
Nothing.
we're drinking
Fine.
slushies.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll go. We'll get off the ship again. Fine.
Okay. Coming back up to the flight deck, you see Tywin kind of go, maneuvering about the other ballista and doing some upkeep. And as you make your way down, down the dock, I should say, back onto the airship port, walking back to the town, you notice a man running up
Oh shit.
the side of the hill, kind of along the path. From what you can assume, probably the other owner of the airship that is also docked next to you guys. This human male individual, beard, very kind of rough looking, clothes not so much tattered, but looks like they've been definitely worn. As he's kind of running up, out of breath, he makes his way up to you guys and kind of slows down a little bit and notices all four of you, and he just kind of looks at you very intently, as if staring deep within your eyes. Are you guys new here?
Yes.
When did you come here? When did
Yeah.
you get into town? Last night? This morning?
Earlier today.
Jeez, man. Yeah.
Calm down.
I'm sorry. You can never be too careful around here. This town.
Careful. What
This town is a sham.
do you mean? What the fuck?
Hey, what are you talking about?
And as you guys kind of look him over, he's definitely, very obviously out of breath and very tired, and he just continues to look in your eyes. It's almost as if he's looking for something. He begins to speak again. This town. Doppelgangers. At least 60, 70%. It's up there. Everyone I look at.
Interesting.
I saw.
What's a doppelganger?
Yeah, do we know?
You know.
Did I happen to?
Like
did I
children's
have
stories and crap?
Did I happen to stumble across this in my book?
No. As a matter of fact, you didn't read about any doppelgangers. You did see the creature, within the confines of the library, very briefly. So doppelganger kind of rings a bell, but you don't know really any information about them, besides that they can take on, different creatures, essentially.
Shapes.
He says, at least 70%, I think.
Wait, why?
How did you come across this? Like,
How do you know?
I've been here 2-3 days now, I think. I didn't notice anything on my first night, but the second night, out the window of my inn, I saw 3, 4 take people to the... As he kind of looks behind him, making sure there's no one else near the lighthouse.
I'm gonna do a listen check just to make sure no one's listening.
What?
Like to see if I can hear.
you cannot hear people hearing you.
Well, to see if I can hear anyone
That's not what
nearby
listen
that
check
may
means.
not necessarily be visible.
It's like the plastic cups across the wall.
Yeah. Raptor, you can't,
Bro, I hear you. Yeah.
Raptor, you hear
That
this...
was a nat 20.
Raptor, with a nat 20 listen check, you hear
Nothing.
you hear the peril in this man's voice, and if he was by any chance making this up, he'd have to be a damn good liar.
Actor.
As
Maybe his charisma score is just that high.
he begins to rest his hands on his knees, he says, "You all need to leave before they get you. I've seen
Why
people.
can't you leave?
I'm leaving right now. I need to get out of here. I've seen people being taken, and then the next day, they're fine. Just as they were the day before.
But they acted like it never happened.
I need to leave. It's finally time to get out of here."
Normally, old man, I would say you're on drugs.
This individual's not very
you're on
old whatsoever. I mean, he might be early 30s.
Oh, okay. So normally, I would say you're going through some crisis, and you're probably on
Fucking midlife
some
crisis.
medication. But I've seen some shit in the past 2 weeks, and this
Yeah,
ain't the craziest of it.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm fucking leaving. All right, I'm gonna believe him. Like no one would
But-
believe us about
but what
fucking was it Oxford Cross?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh wait. I was like, do you know of anyone of power in the village that's a doppelganger for sure?
We're still going
I've only
after
been
that
here.
ogre, though, right?
I've only been here 2 or 3 days.
Wait. We were sent on a mission by the mayor to go kill this
Yes.
ogre.
I've
He gave us
But-
this quest.
I've heard tales
But
of the
here's
ogre.
thing, guys.
I've seen him myself. He
Guys.
does come to the town. The mayor was not lying. Finish your business.
So the ogre is real then.
Yes, absolutely.
Elowen.
I've seen him with my eyes. However,
Elowen. Aurelius.
Hang on, he's talking. Let the man talk.
do your business and leave.
Okay.
Get out of here as soon as you can. Finish off the ogre.
Should we
Take your reward. He also tried to get me to accompany his fighters. Nice guys, all of them. But after what I've seen now, I have to flee.
Guys.
Bye. Okay,
Ogre?
guys.
Ogre. Listen. Ogres are for teaming up with evil humanoids. You know what that also probably includes? Doppelgangers.
And as
So that could all mean that this village is all just working with the doppelgangers are all working with the ogre.
And with one last breath
So-
as he runs away, sorry to interrupt you, Raptor, but in his last breath as he makes his way towards his airship, he turns back. Don't trust anyone. For your own sake. And begins to board his airship. It takes up the dock and unmoors it
Okay,
from the dock.
so like,
So we could be
We
literally
need to-
walking into a meat grinder base.
so we have a couple options. We can just leave, get the fuck out of here. We're gone. Bye.
Abandon the quest. Leave the money.
Mm-hmm. And leave everything. Or, option number 2, the ogre's real. The treasure he has is probably real. And he has the people of the town
But it
somewhere
might
around
be
a
a
camp
trap.
in the forest. But it might be a trap and we could die. But we could get a lot of money. We could be the heroes that everyone wants us to be, except we
And
still
just
keep...
hopefully,
Yeah, we
hopefully
just
the
do
doppelgangers
everything
don't
right.
Kill us.
Or, option 3 is like, get into the airship and fly really far away. Like,
Well,
in option 1, we're abandoning Tywin.
I'm not one.
I don't think we should
To-
abandon Tywin. I think we
Yeah.
should still take the airship to our goal destination.
I'm
But
not
we
one
need to wait until at least we have enough time to refuel.
Okay, I'm gonna say something now.
Good.
I'm not one to run away from a fight. But if the rest of the party decides it, I'm not one to take on a stupid fight either. So
What
I
about the
will.
Tywin situation?
I don't think
I-
we should abandon him yet.
Yeah, I
if we're
don't think
going
we
to.
should leave yet. I'm not saying that we should trust him throughout this entire endeavor, but he's got transportation.
Yeah, if we're going to abandon him, let's abandon him after he gets us where we need to be.
We could
Ye-
still use him before to
But you
get
know
us.
he's shitty. You know he's
That-
shitty.
But
Does that make us not shitty for using him? Like,
it will literally take us weeks to travel where we're trying to go from here. With the ship, it will take days.
Rist does make a great point to all of you, and you all
Yeah,
realize
that's what
this.
I'm on the same page as him. Like me and Ritz are on the same.
Okay, okay.
Raptor, did you turn the lights off?
Highlights,
Okay.
Would you be opposed
They
to
were
killing him?
they were never on.
I don't think we should kill him. I don't think he's done anything that bad.
If we learn how to pilot that ship from him.
I still don't think the man deserves death.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
He may not be the most trusting individual, but that does not mean that he deserves to die.
Aurelia,
Fair
Aurelia
enough.
pipes up after this long discussion between the three of you. She says, "Well, I mean, if we kill him, I just think of the upkeep of an airship. We don't even know how to fly it, let alone manage the
Exactly.
upkeep."
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. If we learn to fly it, though.
but that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of trial and
Still
error
not for-
there, Elowen.
That's true.
We could wreck the thing
Alright,
before we
alright,
manage
alright.
to master it.
See, Aurelia would have played like this. Alex would have been dumb enough to be like, "Yeah, bro, like just go with it.
Kill him, brother.
Yeah, let's get him, brother."
Brother.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
not.
that's just like Elowen being hasty. Yeah. All right. So what option are we choosing? What are we doing?
We're choosing the. I think we're still going to go for the kill ogre option.
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
What the fuck was that?
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
So to bring us back.
So we're going to kill the ogre. All right.
Deposit bag. I meant to do a change fund. It's probably.
Making your way back to Riegel Port, you look up in the air as an airship
Should be exactly 3.
glides over the city back south. You are now the lone adventurers in Riegel Port, the only airship that is docked, and
There you are.
your decision is to take up the quest with Nick Monroe, and
Sorry, work called.
you're good. And this will be go ahead and this will go and be added to active quest as well, in case you guys ever want to come back.
So are we just up and leaving or what?
Well, we're killing the ogre.
Okay. Steal that gold.
Yes, sir.
We want all that gold.
That bread.
And making your way back to the town, like I said, you notice the airship gliding over, and something just seems to be a little bit off about this town, more so than when you first had walked in. Now that you have this image of kind of a major portion being doppelgangers, something just doesn't feel right. Whether that's the placebo effect or whether something just really isn't right, just something is just a little bit uneasy about this town. Is there anything else you want to do? You probably have about a few hours before it gets on the cusp of dusk. If you guys want to purchase anything, do anything, before I kind of like fast forward and basically play God, and time will roll out and dusk will come. Is there anything else?
I don't
Not
think so.
really.
I think I got everything out that I needed.
Okay. Well, with that being said, Aurelia, I gotta add Aurelia to this, and she, however, how do I gotta take a look at her AC. What armor did you have, Cody?
I had studded
And
leather.
that's a +3.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give her studded leather and minus the gold at another time.
Did we get a discount for the armor area as well, or was it just
no.
the?
No, you did not
okay.
bring that up.
Which is the thing is like that's what I was telling Ryan.
Well,
that
yeah.
25% on minus.
That's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
What does she use? She uses a longbow, correct?
Yeah.
If it is like anything, I could go back later and figure out the GP.
It wouldn't be too hard. You would just
It
take
wouldn't-
25% off.
you would- Of the weapons, and
Yeah.
then you add the armor on. Yeah. You just
Well,
redo the calculations.
No, all you would have to do is take 25% off of what
Right,
the
no
armor
one-
costs and add that gold onto the car, or take away that gold. I guess.
onto
yeah.
the no, you would add it onto the current what I paid. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So essentially, you would be taking away the gold. Yeah.
Yes.
From-
Yeah, that's true. I guess that is a more simple route, but it involves more like deductive thinking. I don't know. You know what I mean? You're thinking backwards, and it works better. It works
Yeah.
faster.
So I'll go ahead and add. Raptor, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just your cam isn't showing up. I was just gonna make sure. I'm just going to go ahead and add a longbow and some arrows.
Yeah, I can see Cody. I just can't see you.
I'm gonna go ahead and add a longbow and some arrows to Aurelia's inventory, and then some studded leather armor. And then once Alex comes back, he'll kind of get to decide on what he wants to buy. But for now, as just a blanket, since you guys want to use Aurelia for this this plan of yours, we'll go ahead and we'll go with it for now. So, as I will attempt to reconnect to both of you. There we go. Now we can see both of you. It's perfect. We will go ahead and fast forward just a couple hours. You guys kind of walk around the town, getting a better layout of its establishments and the people, and getting a lay of the land. As you look out over the bay and at the lighthouse, it seems unoccupied. There is a lone rowboat sitting at the end of a dock, which leads up a stone path up to the lighthouse. It doesn't look to be in service. However, it is very creepy looking, and very old.
We're gonna need that lighthouse to escape if we need to get on Tywin's airship again.
Did you remember about the part where they said that the gangers take the people to the lighthouse?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That is something that you did hear.
Just not the best idea, in my opinion. To not good.
And like I said, this whole town,
Fair.
this whole scenery, this whole image of the town is almost like it's revolving around you. And instead of you being placed in a world where you add to the environment seems like it's kind of molding itself around you in a way. Like, it's there for you. It's a very uneasy feeling, and it makes you feel very disconnected. However,
weird.
as the hours go by...
Fourth wall.
Yes, what?
I said fourth wall.
It's just on the cusp of dusk. You probably have about an hour or two until nightfall. However, the sun is setting to the west. As you make your way to the south gate, and upon making it there,
Oh, he said before dusk, didn't he?
yes, he did.
Would real
Yes.
quick, would I be able to say I bought some rations?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Just go ahead, minus it, and add it.
How much? I can look it
Yeah,
up.
Damn, The Last of Us music is actually pretty good.
it is.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, I disconnected.
Wow, it's really fucking
It is
good.
really good.
Damn.
And so, upon reaching the south gate of Riegel Port, you're met with a dwarf and two of his companions.
Is his name Bori?
No, his name's not Bori.
Boring. That's his name.
I'll go ahead and put you guys at the south gate, and I'll go ahead and pull their tokens up so you can kind of get a better look at them. God.
Oops, did not mean to launch Arma.
Oops.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
This
What?
dwarf.
What? Cody, since you bought me rations the other day, I'm gonna pay you back and give you back 3 rations that you'd get.
Oh, Danke. Damn.
You are met with
So I bought 13.
a dwarf. The purple ringed token represents the dwarf that is kind of, from what you can tell, seems to be in charge. He seems to kind of be leading these 2 other dwarves behind him. Obviously waiting there for the adventurers. You guys, let me go ahead and...
Oh, the 3 dwarves.
And as you make your way up, he kind of turns to you. Ah, you must be the new folk. My name's Mjolnir, and these are my 2 companions, Alexei and
Mjolnir?
Zakayev.
Zakayev.
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir. I run a small guild here in Riegel Port, and was told of early adventurers that made their way into town. Good news for me.
Well, I guess that would be us.
Bad news for Boris.
Yeah. It's not looking good for old Boris.
I closed on my notes, so.
So this dwarf right here, the purple ringed one, is named Mjolnir, and then you have Alexei and Zakayev.
Okay.
And sprouting up their tokens.
So they're going with us to take down the ogre.
Yes, and from what you can tell by their statue and their armor that they're wearing and their weapons, so Mjolnir, he has a great dwarven war axe. Same with Alexei and Zakayev. From what you can tell, they're probably either barbarians or fighters. But very husky. Like, they can fuck up some shit.
Again, now that
They're
this
thick chonkers.
city doesn't like feel as right, and we're running into trouble again. Like, again, it's that don't catch a break feel, other than the airship, I guess. But I'm just like, guys, we sure they're not doppelgangers too?
Well, they could be, but you know, we need the money.
Okay, just I guess keep a close eye. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you kind of, you're met with this dwarf and his companions, and as you introduce yourselves to each other, you have Rist, Elowin, Aurelia, and Aurelius. And you make your way
Marcus.
down the path.
You can call me Marcus now. Makes it
Marcus.
easier.
Okay. I'll try to keep that in mind.
Makes it a little easier. Yeah. I mean, now that everybody's used to it, it's going to be harder.
As you make your way down the path of the southern gate, you talk a little bit together about your adventures and what you've done in Riegel Port so far. And from what you can remember, what Nicholas had told you, Nicholas Monroe, these are some of the best fighters in Riegel Port that he had sent. So as you're making your way down, you kind of cut through the forest a little bit, and Alexei begins to speak up. You haven't really heard him talk.
Which one is that?
The middle one.
Okay.
You haven't really heard him talk so much, but he does begin to pipe up, and he says, "His settlement resides in the southwest, a couple miles through the forest. We sent 3 good men there last week, and only one returned, with one less arm than he had left with."
That was funny, or
It's pretty funny.
It's kind of funny, but not so much for him.
yeah. I was like, okay, damn.
I mean, he isn't dead. Thankfully.
Could definitely be worse.
Hey,
Elowen.
I mean, we do have
Elowen.
7 of us. Yeah.
Elowen.
What's up?
Do you think I should tell them about the fire plan?
The what? Oh, I mean, yeah, they would have to know what we're doing. Oh wait, fuck, but if they're doppelgangers, not until we get there. We don't want them having that much information to process over time and come up with a plan.
No
We want it
prep
to hit
time.
'em
Got it.
instantly.
Got it.
Yeah, before we get there. Hey, Mjolnir, can you just remind us, like when we're approaching the settlement, like we're close, or will we just know?
Well, I would say that you would know. I mean, the wood would turn to stone.
Oh,
He
okay.
resides in
So
ruins,
just, like,
so it's hard to miss.
we know when we're really close. All right, we'll know. All right, everything's good. We're just making sure.
And as the sun sets ever so slightly, still fairly light out, but it's not quite reached dark. Sky is kind of lit with its purplish and green hues, purplish red, all kinds of colors. You make your way probably like around another 30 or so minutes. This is only a couple miles.
Come on, where's the forest map, DM?
You eventually, all right. We'll get to a place where I'll bring up another map. However, for now, upon reaching what you could only assume was the ruins that Mjolnir and Nicholas Monroe had spoken of. Deep within the southern forests, vines kind of...
Well, I guess we'd be able to know when it starts to smell.
Anyways, vines kind of creeping intently up and down the stalks of branches as wood slowly turns into stone. As coming into view, you see pillars of a once well-established building. Carvings.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I say to Mjolnir, hey,
Yes.
and I point to Ritz. And I say, Ritz,
Yeah?
go on.
Oh, yeah, so, ogres usually wear fur, right? You know
Usually,
that,
yes.
Right, Mjolnir? I thought of a great plan. I think it is, anyway. What do you think about lighting it on fire?
Well, I mean, if you have the tools for it. I mean...
I have a jar of oil. I have a few jars of oil. I actually have 4. And our friend here, she's a pretty good archer. And thinking about, flash some oil on the ogre and hit it with a flaming arrow. What do you think?
Well, I certainly won't stand in your way.
Well, I just thought I should let you guys know so you don't. I don't want any collateral damage.
We'll definitely keep an
Don't
eye
want to
out.
light you guys on fire. You know, your guys' beards are important. You know, don't wanna...
Uh,
What'd you just say to me?
Yeah.
So these pillars of a once standing establishment, now tainted with time, have become a mere shelter for the one that you could only assume they call Boris. And as you make your way through these ruins, it becomes more structured as you make your way, and you come upon a wall. And this wall,
Like a claw.
anyways,
What the hell are you talking about?
anyways,
That's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm just like nodding my head.
this wall
Yeah.
seems more structured than the rest of that you would seem. It's still kind of wrought in this forest. However, this wall kind of comes over. So like there's a door, right? So you can see this giant kind of stone door with very, I would say ancient but very old carvings into it, probably in the upwards of maybe 100 to 200 years old. And this door is kind of carved into this sort of small hillside, or I would say like a cliff. Like imagine a cliff kind of, but like there's a door upon it, and then there's a wall that kind of circumnavigates, kind of from what you can tell, around the door on either side. So obviously there's some sort of establishment, courtyard, whatever have you, on the other side of this door, on the other side of this kind of cliff that you could probably assume. And coming upon the door, its edges, so its creases, its frame begins to glow a soft amber,
Yeah, we don't have anyone who can use magic. I forgot.
and it begins to speak to you. Greetings, new folk, for I have never heard the pleasure of receiving your welcome.
Hello. My name's Wrist.
Do any of you else speak to it?
No.
What is this thing?
It's a
Hold on.
speaking
A
door.
talking door.
Fucking-
It's a talking door.
Oh, no, I don't speak to doors. No, can't say I've ever wanted to do that
Okay,
one.
Ritz, as you are engaging in conversation with this door, he says, I have not met your face yet. I assume you wish to enter.
I mean, you're quite a grand structure. I'm quite curious what's inside.
Well, I shall grant you access, if you could tell me the answer. The key. And he says,
Okay.
to know me,
I have a I have a dagger that was called a key. Is this it?
And even as you try to speak and try to reason with this door, he says, "To know me is to see through me. I'm cast from hands more intelligent than I, and even after careful consideration, you still may not see. What am I?
Okay, one more time.
To know me
So I.
is to see through me. I'm cast from hands more intelligent than I, and even after careful consideration,
Hold on. More intelligent than I.
and even after
And-
careful consideration,
Sure.
you still may not see. What am I?"
Guys. I think it's deception. Elowen.
What's up?
I think it's deception.
I asked the door, do we get multiple tries kind of not looking at it as much, just like shifting my eyes away?
Well, surely if you were meant to enter, you would know the answer, but yes. And
Go ahead. If you
And as you
want.
kind of see this glowing amber frame, you begin to kind of realize in the back of your minds that this has obviously been set up as a sort of kind of
Test.
a factor to keep Boris and his provisions to himself and keep others out.
First, what may I call you?
You ask the door?
Yes.
I have no name. I am just a door.
Very well. Door. I believe the answer to the riddle is deception.
Wrong.
Damn it.
I was like, if you would have got that right, I was like, did you look that up or did you actually know that one?
Oh, this is a riddle I made
Fuck.
myself.
Yeah,
No, it
I
makes
haven't come
sense.
to it yet.
It makes sense. To know me is to see through me. If you know of deception, you have seen through.
I'll go ahead and say it again. It's a riddle I made up, so you won't find it anywhere because I had to make it specifically for this encounter. But I'll read it once more and just listen carefully. To know me is to see through me. I'm cast from hands more intelligent than I, and even after careful consideration, you still may not see me. What am I?
Magic?
A perception check.
Wrong. Wrong again.
Wait, to me? Did he say wrong to me?
Both.
Okay. So not magic. Fuck.
Or a perception check.
This may take some time, friends.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking.
Does anyone want to start a campfire?
Yeah, I think we should. I don't think we're going anywhere. Hey, Mjolnir,
Yes.
you have any clue about this riddle?
Let me think. Alexi? I don't know. Perhaps. I'm cast from hands more intelligent than I. Surely it's got to be some sort of spell, maybe?
We already said magic.
I said magic,
wrong.
but maybe it's a specific spell he's looking for.
But
I don't know much of spells.
wait, guys. The door doesn't have any hands.
Yes, it is cast from hands more intelligent than I.
Yeah.
So wait, it's talking about smart hands?
It's talking about itself.
It said hands more intelligent than I. Then that means Literal hand.
The person who made it's fucking smart rap.
I think you have to really think about the word cast. Like
Dice.
it can mean multiple things. Like when you cast
I
things
thought
out of metal,
cast
it means making it.
Make metal,
magic,
yeah.
yes. There's multiple ways that can go.
To know me is to see through me. I'm cast from hands more intelligent than I, and even after careful consideration, you still may not see.
Excuse me, Door. How do you spell the word "see" in that sentence?
Rap, it's not talking about the ocean.
E.
All right.
Is this a spelling bee?
Apparently.
Well, it could have been wordplay.
Ah, I love to play. Y-O-U-A-R-E. An idiot.
I
Aurelius
love these
audibly
kind of
laughs
doors.
out loud.
Yeah, yeah, same.
You know, Door, I was trying to be nice. That's mean. That's mean, Door.
That's fucking Oh man, I remember when I had a door like this, but in my campaign, I made my players take a damage every time they got it wrong.
Damn. Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Was I in that? I
Yep.
think so.
Yeah, I think so.
So, from what you can deduce, so far, to know me is to see through me. I'm cast through hands more intelligent than I, and even after careful consideration, you still may not see. So, Alexei believes it's to be some sort of spell, perhaps.
True sight?
Zakayev and Molnir are kind of still mulling it over in their head, kind of looking towards you guys, because they're not so smart.
Could it be true sight?
I don't know much of magic, I said. I wouldn't know. I
You know the basics
just know-
of magic, though.
I'm assuming,
Magic.
Cody. I mean,
Do I
Ryan-
know specific spells? What
Ryan,
the fuck?
are we
Like,
are we-
maybe some of
are
the
we
more
playing
popular
off of
ones.
character knowledge, or are we playing off player knowledge at this point?
I would think characters.
Yeah, character knowledge, but like, you know, basic magic is what I'm saying.
Okay, like I imagine you know like the popular spells, the more like common ones.
Like,
But
schools,
I don't think like I can't just pinsight like I can't just pinsight. I can't just pin down like true sight, can I? Like I'm not like, oh yeah, magic spell.
So like,
Like I know the names.
you know,
by heart,
basic
like,
magic
illusion?
spells, schools of magic, things like
I
that.
would say schools. I
I
that.
asked, is it illusion?
And the door doesn't respond, Nick, and just kind of the amber begins to brighten.
Ah, you did it.
But it doesn't
Fucking
open.
hell.
Back up.
Oh, it doesn't open. Shit. Well, try to walk through it.
I
then.
try and open it.
And as you come to rest your hand on the door, your hand slides through.
I walk through the door.
As you see Aurelius
One,
getting engulfed by this
2,
door.
3 3/4. The Diagon Alley. Fucking
It's 9 3/4.
9 3/4. Yeah. Or no. I'm talking about the bus guy. But anyway, yeah. It is 9 3/4 for Diagon Alley.
So
Yeah, I walked
you
through.
guys walk through, and so as you
Yeah.
stand in front of the door and you begin to move through, you feel its presence kind of move through your body. As it's not like I mean, obviously the door is a mass. However, because you are able to move through it, you do feel like something had moved through you. It's not just kind of like this weightless feeling. It does feel like a mass has came through you, which leaves you a little bit uneasy and you're not really used to, but you make it through safely and you come upon a courtyard-esque. Let me go ahead and move you guys. 2 there really quickly. So tell you a little bit about this courtyard. It is in ruins. However, it looks to be very well kept up with, in as best as it could. Let me bring you guys over real quick, just so you can kind of see.
Oh, statues.
Yes. Let me get everybody in here real quick. So, in this courtyard, the bushes have been trimmed, the statues moderately restored. It looks like it could have been in much worse shape, but it looks like it has been somewhat kept up with. I mean, for obvious reasons, this could very well be the place of Boris's home.
We're dealing with an ogre gardener.
I mean,
to be honest, yeah, from what you said of ogres, this doesn't fit the bill. Like, amazing riddle door, which I don't think an ogre probably would have made. Finely trimmed bushes. Like, what is this?
Well,
Nice
remember,
from what you
courtyard.
could deduce, a very
Ruins.
smart ogre. And as you make your way up to the
Very
fountain,
smart.
closer to the fountain, I should say,
Okay, I'll put myself like right here.
you begin to hear movement. I should say in front of you guys, like up here, this is a building. Like, this is a platform, and there's like a small kind of structure, almost like a church, almost, but obviously very old and rotted.
I have my weapons ready.
Okay.
Like down to my side.
yeah, I have my. Oh wait, did I get my stick, Ryan?
I did give it back to you.
Your quarterstaff?
Oh wait, yeah, you
My
found it.
metal one.
No, you did not manage to get that.
Oh,
I mean, you could have, but you didn't. I don't think you went to the blacksmith and really told me that it was a fully fleshed out idea.
So it might not be the best time to bring it up. I'm gonna be very casual about this, but right, if I turn into a spider, no one's gonna freak out, right?
That's
Ever.
metagaming.
Yeah.
Is
It
it
is
metagaming?
metagaming.
Fuck.
Anyways,
So wait, he doesn't know. He doesn't know that
I
people
don't-
will
I don't
react
know if he can do
negatively
that.
to him turning into a spider.
Mjolnir, Alexei, and Zakayev
That's weird. Yeah.
would. You don't know how they're gonna react, and you told the party in passing that you're able to take spider form, which they would initially be kind of like freaked out by.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I told the party.
I mean, I'm assuming you did.
You've done it. You've done
Yeah,
it in
just
front of us
passed away.
before, so.
I don't think he has.
Did
No,
I?
he hasn't.
Oh wait, no,
Okay,
you
spider
just,
climb.
you just did spider climb.
With spider
I
climb.
just did the spider climb.
Um,
Yeah, I guess that's like that's already been through. Like, you wouldn't be as weirded out, maybe.
So,
yeah. I've been told.
So
Alright.
moving on, as you guys make your way closer to this kind of fountain area, you hear some rummaging in the church in front of you, and
Okay.
you hear footsteps, this pounding.
I'm gonna head behind this bush immediately.
And as Riz is kind of making his way over to the bush to kind of hide, you hear this voice. I smell elves. I smell dwarves. I smell fear. As the doors of the church slam open, this grotesque,
All you motherfuckers are just standing there, like dumbasses.
this grotesque creature comes out,
I'm
club in
moving.
hand. All right,
You dumbass.
at last,
I-
another
how
smallkin
far I
attempts
can
to
get.
rob me.
Okay, I'm gonna slide in here.
I look back at the dwarves.
Yeah, I
And
went.
the dwarves
down
are
and-
starstruck. Before you guys move anymore, hold on. Move back to where
Yeah, that's why I was.
Alright,
wondering.
alright.
I was
everybody
trying to-
roll for initiative.
Fuck, I was gonna charge him.
Hold on. Let me bring up the fucking. Okay, turnover is currently going.
So do we do this a specific way or just?
Go ahead and if you could do the macro for initiative, because it would be a lot easier and it would add you guys to the turn order automatically.
Where is initiative?
I'm trying to roll it.
Ah, I see it. Ah. Good.
It says you are trying to roll a thing for a token that's not identified.
Um,
Right, are you clicking the macro button right next to initiative?
Yeah.
Weird. Just roll a d20 then and add it. Maybe Ryan can add you in manually.
yeah, I'll have to add you in manually, but go ahead.
So that's a 10.
Nice.
Let me. Eight.
It'd be a 10 with his mod.
Turn. And then of course I'll do Aurelia real quick. Sorry, there's just a lot of people. Aurelia.
Dude, the map and grid improved this combat experience. Holy shit. There's so many things you could do with our setup.
Yeah, boy. Sending. Wow. I think that's everybody, right? Can everybody see the turn order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's everybody.
And when you scroll over the number, it shows you the person.
Big guy hasn't rolled.
Big guy has not rolled. You are correct. But his initiative is really shite, so he might
We don't know his turn yet.
eat. At turn.
Oh, his initiative was.
Fuck.
So
He's gonna give me a conk, boys.
I got you.
hell yeah, bloodlust. So, Elowen, at the top of the initiative, it is your turn to go. Aurelia, okay, so I'm playing Aurelia, so I'll make sure she has her attacks ready to go. Riz, know what you're gonna do because you're the first PC to go after. So,
I'm peering kinda off the fountain, and if his focus, once his focus is more on Aurelius, because I think he's looking more closely at Aurelius, I'm gonna try to dive for the bushes. Get in here. I think it was here, so 5, 10, or 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, here. Maybe in the middle here. If I was...
You're not able. The bushes are. They're not like measly bushes. I mean, they're tall bushes. You wouldn't be able to jump over them if that's what you're trying to do.
They're hedges.
No, I think he's
I'm trying
in
to
the bush.
jump in them.
You're trying to jump in them.
Yeah, get into them.
It would cost you a turn to get out. You're jumping into hedges. Your next turn, it would. I want to let you know that before you do that, so it's not fair.
Just get behind it. Just get behind it. Don't get in it. This is an arch. Because this is an arch.
I have a better idea. 5, 10, 15.
Don't come my direction.
No.
Don't come my way.
Okay. I'll just move up. And I want to shoot web, right here. I want to
Shoot you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and is that just like a spell or is it like ability?
Yeah, it's like a spell. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like create web.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that.
Give me 1 second. Alright, so it's a reflex saving throw on his part. And it would be, let's see, 10 plus, sorry, math. 10, so 2, 12.
A reflex saving throw?
It'd be a reflex saving throw of 14, I believe.
He rolled 13.
Alright, so
Get fucked, bitch.
yeah, so he becomes entangled among the gluey fibers of the web, and let's see, that means he takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls and a -4 penalty to dexterity.
How large is this
If
web?
he attempts, it is a 20-foot radius spread.
Damn.
And you can shoot it out to 100 feet. Yeah, dude. Plus 10 feet per level. So he must make, if he wants to cast a spell, he also has to make a concentration check. 15 plus the spell's level, which is 2, so 17.
You said 20-foot radius?
Yes.
That's a lot of goo.
Yeah,
a
so
big load.
he's gonna be stopped up a little.
How about moving? How does it work with moving?
Yeah.
The save so if the save fails, the creature is entangled and can't move from its space, but can break loose by spending 1 round in making a DC 20 strength check or a DC 25 escape artist check. Once loose, either by the initial reflex save or a later strength check or escape artist check, a creature remains entangled, but may move through the web very slowly. Each round devoted to moving allows the creature to make a new strength check or escape artist check. The creature moves 5 feet for each full 5 points by which the check result exceeds 10. Jesus.
That's some thick goo.
Okay. So
they make the check and then they can move 5 feet per like their check over 10, but they have to make DC 20 strength or DC 25 escape artist check.
okay. So that
Damn, that's strong. That's good CC.
yeah,
That locks you down.
that's pretty good. I mean, this he's a big boy. He's pretty strong. So we'll see how that goes. Are you done with your turn?
Yeah, I'm done with my turn. It takes up my whole turn to
Okay.
do that, so.
So moving on to Aurelia now. She is going to make her way on the other side of this fountain. And,
You guys can also burn the web, too, with that arrow. Set them on fire.
It won't light them on fire as well as the oil.
yeah, you can see this ogre isn't wearing any. He's just wearing kind of hide pants right now. He's not wearing any of his furs or anything.
Well, I'm saying while he's trapped,
Yeah.
use the oil on him.
Yeah.
Like while he's stuck, and then shoot the arrow. That's a lot smarter plan than like just attacking him. This
Wait,
combat.
so she could hold her turn, too. She could hold her action.
So
Well, I just did.
So Aurelia
mine,
is
yeah.
going to attempt to
But
shoot with the
Aurelia,
longbow. Oh fuck. And miss entirely. She rolled a fucking 12. As she takes back her longbow, and amidst the entanglement of this ogre, he's very pissed off now that he it's hard for him to move and he's flailing around, and she's just not able to land a very good shot off, unfortunately, which brings it around to Zakayev's turn. And this bad boy can't really move much. He's gonna move to there.
Big chunkus.
All he can really do with this great dwarven war axe is kind of make his way as best as he can over to the ogre. Rist, it is your turn, my friend.
All right. Time to get as close as I can, so I can just chuck this jar of oil right in his face. So just like what? Like, so 5, 15, 20, 30? Right?
Yep.
Well, I don't want to be in the spider webs, so I'll stay one step back.
Don't be in the coon.
Okay.
Nope.
And I'm just gonna chuck the vial of oil just right at his face. Just like, make sure it gets all over his armor.
Just
Good sound effects.
rap sound effects. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do on your turn, Rap?
Raptor, as you go ahead and make a go ahead and roll for that. I don't know, what would you roll for that? I just want to make sure.
A ranged attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make a ranged attack. It's gonna be.
So that's
Make a long throw attack.
I'm in my kitchen and I hear everything.
Cody, how long does the web last?
The web lasts. Hold on, let me get back to my
You're
computer.
good. You're good. Go ahead.
Just gonna drink.
Go ahead and roll for that.
It lasts 10 minutes a level. Jesus fuck, damn.
That's a whole lot.
12.
Well, I mean, I guess if he cuts the web down, then you know. That makes sense that it lasts. He breaks loose with a strength check or escape artist check. He wouldn't have been affected with the reflex.
You're good.
What are you saying? Can he still move through it?
No, I was just wondering when it ended, but
Yeah, he moves through it by making the strength or the escape
gotcha.
artist.
Raptor,
then,
as
yeah.
you throw the vial of oil at him, you don't necessarily hit him directly in the chest. You kind of hit by his feet and kind of engulf his the area he's standing in and the various webs.
So the webs.
The webs as well.
So
Yes.
The webs are covered in oil.
The webs are covered in oil. Is that all you would like to do this turn? You have like a bonus, basically like a bonus action if you want to do something small.
Can I use a free action to take a 5-foot step backwards?
Sure, I'll allow that.
Yep. Back the fuck up.
Brings it around to Mjolnir's turn, which he can get roughly. Fuck. Our dwarves are not going to be very.
Dude, they're slow as fuck, boy.
Our dwarves aren't going to be very advantageous.
Useful.
Yeah, useful.
Yeah. Especially since they were starting in the back, yeah.
Mjolnir's just kind of move up and wait it out. See, as you guys kind of explained this plan to light him on fire, he's gonna let this ride. He's gonna see what you guys can do while this giant fucker's engulfed in web.
It's a solid plan.
It is.
And it works with web like 10 times better than I thought until we got here. Like I thought it was gonna be a little hard to set him on fire, but this might work better. Yeah.
And as Boris sees these enemies approaching him, and he's engulfed in web and he can't move, just lets out this roar, and he's just getting pissed off, and you can tell
I like it.
he's growing with rage.
Oh,
Bring it
fuck!
down to Aurelius's turn.
I'm just gonna hold.
He's just gonna hold his.
Yeah, because I don't want to run into those webs. So I'm gonna hold. Just battle ready.
All right, brings it down to Alexi's turn, where she's going to make his way up to here as best as he can with his dwarven war axe. He's fucking running as fast as he can. And it's not.
Did Aurelia already go?
No, she was at the. She went after you earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which brings it to Boris's turn. So now, to move out, he.
DC 20 strength check or DC 25 escape artist check, and then every 5 points that exceed 10 on that check, so like 15 would be 5 feet movement, 20 would be 10 feet movement in the web.
So it's a DC 20 strength check.
Yep, or DC 25 escape artist check.
So
And then
if he
every
rolls a
5
strength
full
check-
points.
So if he rolls a strength check that's a 25, he can move 5. He can move 10 feet instead of 5.
He would be able, if he got a 25, he would be able to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15. He'd be able to move 15.
Okay, he rolled a 21. So.
A 21. So he can move 5, 10. He can move 10 feet in there.
Okay, so he can move like right here and then right here.
Yeah, whatever 10 feet for him is.
Yeah, 2 squares.
Okay. And as he's kind of.
What do you mean? Whatever 10
Is he
feet
still
for him?
in?
He's still yes.
Yeah. Well,
he's-
he's a larger creature, so it's like it's weird with movement.
Yeah,
is
he's
what I
still
meant.
in the webbed. However, he's fighting to get through.
It's solid, dude. It's a good fucking spell.
It is a good.
like,
Is it a good fucking spell?
It is the good coon.
However,
better in color spray. That shit dangerous.
he's able to maneuver through it quite easily. I mean, I wouldn't say easily, but definitely better off than most people would be, considering he is a giant ogre and he is very strong. With his great club, Nick, he's gonna have a disadvantage on attacking you because he's so pissed off about he's engulfed in webs and oil. He's gonna go ahead and roll to attack you with his great club with disadvantage.
No. To make that check uses up his.
Oh,
turn,
it's a full turn.
so.
Yeah, it's a full.
Okay.
Yeah, it uses up his turn to do that.
Then
yeah,
with
if he wants to.
Then
move
with
it.
his strength check coming up towards you, Nick, you could very obviously tell that you are within range of getting hit with this great club.
Dude, that means he's like that close to your face. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Moving on to Elowin, it is your turn. Riz, you're next up on deck after Aurelia and Alexi.
I'm gonna take my short sword and try to get kind of closer. Avoid like he's huge, so I'm gonna try to like avoid around and like get behind him without trying to make contact on that web. And I want to stab him in the back if I can. I don't know which square, like maybe there.
You would be in the web right there.
Okay. Maybe if I just do that, then I shoot him with the bow instead. That might be better. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Wait, did the webs even affect you, Cody?
They do.
They would.
Yeah, I can't. I would get stuck in them, and in spider form they wouldn't, because spiders can move along webs very easily. But in human form, yeah, it's still the
So
same.
you're gonna attempt to shoot him?
Yes. So
Are you gonna light your arrow on fire?
We would add +2 to the. No. I don't have anything to light it on fire with.
Aurelia has
So
flint
there's-
and steel.
That's a 14 because I think he's flanked. Yeah.
14.
Yeah.
And you're shooting him with the arrow, correct?
Yep.
As you.
And he's denied dexterity. Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever
Zero
AC's
dexterity.
getting from that. Yeah, I would assume he doesn't have much, but if he does, that's good to know.
Well, we won't know. We'll just know that you hit him.
Yeah, so basically flat-footed AC. And then flanking, so that's why it's 14 instead of 12 there.
Flat-footed. Okay, so as you take back an arrow, this kind of rage-induced ogre just manages to miss out of the way. Luckily on his side, as he's flailing around, you as well as Aurelia are not quite able to hit a solid shot.
He's good.
He's
good.
He's very powerful. This is a very powerful ogre right here.
Wait, Aurelia missed?
Aurelia did miss.
Yeah,
her
flames will go around his AC. That's a good fucking plan.
Which brings it back to Aurelia's turn, and she's gonna take one step this way as for a better shot and attempt to hit the ogre again with her longbow.
Flaming arrow.
Thread the needle there between Mjolnir and fucking
Yeah.
Aurelius.
I mean, it's a thick
yeah.
dude. He stands pretty tall.
She doesn't have
Oh, yeah,
anything
that's true.
to light her arrow with.
I gave her a flint and steel.
Yeah, she has flint and steel, but she doesn't have anything. She'd have to prepare.
Wrap.
She'd have to prepare an arrow, wrap it around, and use some sort of substance to light it on fire.
Did we
Did she
get
not do
anything
that?
for that? I thought
She-
you guys had something.
I got stuff for that, Ryan.
Yeah,
she
she
not-
doesn't.
Did she not prep it before the fight? That was the... What?
I'm
Did
I'm
you not
playing
do
Aurelia.
anything,
I'm
Rap?
playing Aurelia, but
Yeah.
it's you guys who are prepping this fight.
Rap would have had to give her the. Yeah, I'm totally with Ryan here. Rap, you would have had to say that you gave Aurelia the stuff.
That was part of the planning.
But you still didn't say you.
Yeah,
gave her
you
the
didn't
stuff.
specify what exactly.
You never.
You just said this
that,
is the
Rap.
plan,
God
and then
damn
that
it.
was it.
Tell her to hold her turn.
It's a good fucking plan, but I didn't know Aurelia didn't have the shit. I just did the.
I mean, he is
web
coated
part.
in oil for now. However, next turn he may return the webs, depending on his strength check.
So why doesn't Aurelia just hold the turn?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's up to Ryan how he's playing.
I mean, she
it,
could
so.
shoot now. I mean, either way, like it's either shoot or don't shoot at this point.
I'd say we wait, hold the turn till after Ritz goes and gives her the shit. We're gonna have to do this like mid-combat, because
Yeah.
you never said it before. Yeah.
But she might as well fire an arrow now.
No,
Why?
because if she waits, then she can have him give her the stuff, and she can put it on real quick and fire the arrow with flames on it.
And if we wait, he could get out of the webs, and the webs have the oil on them.
Yeah.
Just holding your turn. Hang on.
Holding your turn means you're gonna wait till after that person goes. You already had
Just
the higher
jump in.
initiative.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's gonna
good.
wait till after Ritz, so her turn would be after Ritz.
Oh, okay. I was misreading initiative. Nope. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he would
Wait,
give her.
no. He's
It's all right.
gonna
It's
go
all right. It's already
before
been
Ritz
decided. I'm just
anyway.
gonna move on.
Alright, that's fine.
So bring it back to Zakayev's turn. Just so I can kind of.
I'm just trying to be smart about it. I don't.
He is going to try. He can make it up to here. And he's going to attempt attack with his war axe. The cusp of this this ogre, this sort of line in front of him that you can see is kind of the break off point for the web. So he's kind of standing in the webs. However, Zakayev is not. And he's going to go ahead and swing his dwarven war axe kind of across, and as this ogre is still flailing around, he managed to just kind of nick him in the stomach. However, not a very good start to Zakayev's combat. Unfortunately, he does miss, which is going to bring it to wrist.
I'm gonna fucking run to Aurelia.
As you run to Aurelia, kind of taking out the rags, and she preps her arrow, and as you kind of wrap the rags around the arrowhead, and go ahead and you try to use flint and steel to spark some sort of flame.
Set that bitch on fire. There you go.
After careful consideration, the flint and steel managed to just strike the arrow just right, and as the rags on the end engulf in flames, that'll be your turn. As you put the flint and steel away, Raptor.
That's fine.
All right, Aurelia's turn. Now more than ever, she really needs to hit on her attack, which I'll actually go to her character sheet and make sure I get everything good.
Hey, let's go. Yes.
Protect my balls.
She is going to.
Anime fighting with the ogre.
Attack.
It's okay.
Fun.
Just imagine Butters as the ogre. It's fine.
Yeah, throw the ninja star.
Throw a ninja star.
Is that? Ooh.
20.
It's just some really fat kid.
Oh,
you guys
shit.
Are fighting.
She rolled a nat
that's
20?
Yeah.
She'll nat 20. All right. Sorry, I'm kind of starting this Aurelia shit because I don't really know a lot about. So she's going to crit.
Oh fuck!
She's gonna crit, and so
With
she's
a
gonna hit him with a nat
flaming
20,
arrow.
regardless.
Oil-covered.
I don't know,
ogre.
an oil-covered arrow. What the fuck is the damage?
I don't know. It should be a 1d. Oh, longbow.
Longbow's 1d8.
1d8.
Okay, go ahead and.
Let's make sure. Hold on. Yeah, 1d8. Damn.
All right, and she's going to deal.
She a
is my
sniper.
notes? She is going to deal 9 points of damage in addition. Shite.
To lighting his ass on
In
fire.
addition to lighting his ass on fire. Yes. What'd I say? 9 damage?
In addition to some.
As she knocks back her arrow, as you can see the flames kind of thread the needle through Molnir and Aurelius and strike Boris directly in his chest. The flames of the rag kind of burning, and the pieces of the rag begin to fall at his feet, engulfing the web in Boris as the webs almost instantaneously burn out. Boris now, in addition with piercing damage from the arrow, is going to take 6 points of burning damage.
And is now on fire.
It is now on fire.
Would fire be around the ground or no? Would it just burn out the webs?
Yes, it would be. So let me go ahead and.
Well, it burned out the webs.
So
and
like,
lit him on
yeah,
fire.
we can't step near it as easily. We can't step into, like, hit him as easily. I would say almost. If there's fire everywhere, damn. Like I was thinking like where the webs were like all around here and shit. I'd imagine. Layers.
So I want to go to move this to the map layer.
There, nice.
And there's this kind of like this small burning where the oil had once fell. Boris now, from his knees down, is somewhat burning in various places on his legs. That is going to trigger something deep within inside of him, but we'll get to that on his turn. As Mjolnir rushes towards him and begins to strike him.
I thought his stomach looks a little weird in the image. It's like
He's very fat.
Yeah.
The way the token's cut off, it may seem like you're kind of like interpreting it as weird, but yeah, he's just bulbous. He's just fat as fuck.
Bulbous.
Mjolnir. I want to attack.
What's his name?
Mjolnir
Stormbreaker?
Fumble. So he's gonna roll a net. He rolls a net 0, and he's going to roll a percentage die for. Alright. So as Mjolnir comes running up, and it looks to be perfect timing with his great dwarven war axe.
Whiff.
Boris, out of the corner of his eye, upon getting lit on fire and still kind of within this rage, he does notice Mjolnir and is able to step out of the way of Mjolnir as he comes down with his great dwarven axe and kind of almost loses balance for a second and takes a step back. Aurelius, you notice these fumbles by these dwarves. You would think that Nicholas Monroe had sent the best fighters of the port town. However, they're not really shaping up, and perhaps maybe you could do better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I shout out, this is what the town had to offer.
Thundercats.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge for him and try it with both my weapons. Try and like slice open his belly.
all right, go ahead and roll, my friend.
So there would be two attacks, right? Because it's two
Yes,
weapons.
you take a -4 on both, or -2 on both.
It'd be a -2 now, yes.
I just
Because I got 2-weapon fighting. But let me check something real quick.
I picture Nick's character as just He-Man the whole time.
I have the power.
I have the power.
I
Yeah.
have the power.
Like all the doors are like failing, and he just like glows, and he like pulls up both his swords, and he's like, oh, I have.
Just chops.
Just clashes
Chop the
them
ogre in
together.
half. Chop the ogre in half.
Where is? Okay, so yes, I'm gonna run up and do that. Let me just roll my dice. It essentially is going to equate to a +2 because I have a +4 total. Slash. So it's a solid 9.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
I figured. That's 17.
That
19.
19 shows
Yeah.
you come upon with your left hand, failing horribly as you're still kind of equating yourself with these two swords. The right hook comes in, and you're able to stab him with your short sword. And he lets out this grunt, this growl, as if it had just nicked him. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Five plus 3, so 8.
8 points of piercing damage to the belly of this ogre. Alright. Alexi's turn. 5, 15. He's gonna kind of get in front of Mjolnir and swing his great dwarven war axe See what he can fucking do. Ooh! Wait.
Oh, dude, he's gonna fucking maul someone in the face.
He rolled a crit
Oh,
for his
shit.
war axe, but then he rolled a nat 1, so he's just gonna hit. So he got off. Okay. That would have been crazy points of damage. Is just 9
Yeah, it would've
points of
been
slashing damage to the belly of this ogre. This ogre is now bleeding from its stomach.
Just ganking the fuck out of him.
Dude. Now he's severely pissed off as the nick of his stomach now becomes much more than just a paper cut. He's now visibly hurting from this onslaught. Boris's turn. He's gonna come around.
Ooh!
And he's gonna attempt to attack Zakayev next to him.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, Zakayev is directly in.
Doppelganger!
What?
You said he's attacking Zakayev.
Yeah, he's taking Zakayev because he's right in front of him. As he rolls.
Ooh, shit. Here we go.
21. He's gonna go ahead and.
I just press F. You guys can all press F right now.
As the great club comes down the ogre, looking at Zakayev with his right hand, throws the great club directly at Zakayev, hitting him directly in the chest, moving him back 5 feet. Zakayev is now prone on the ground. Dealt quite a bit of damage to him as well, but thankfully his armor held up.
Isn't his armor on fire?
No, not Zakayev. He's wearing metal armor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Boris.
No. Boris is not wearing much of any armor. Zakayev is not getting up. Elowen, is your turn.
I now will take the short sword and I will try to stab him.
Okay, go ahead.
Hopefully this works a little
Go
bit.
ahead and roll for damage with that. Or sorry, roll the hit.
I think it's just -1, right? No, it'd be +1. 'Cause it's flank.
F.
Ooh! Alright. Go ahead and roll again. Try to make his armor class.
Big stab.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
dude, this is nutty.
Unfortunately, you are
This is like-
able to hit him, but you will not crit.
Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah. So you go
Sneak
ahead and
attack
well,
does apply,
get as
so
close as
at
you
least I
can
got
to him with
that.
your short sword, and you're just stabbing him in the back, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and roll for damage on that. 5 damage as
Oh, 5.
you begin to sink your short sword into his back. He begins to move his head and look at you from the front. And with all this commotion going on in front of him, he would love to fucking hit you right now. Unfortunately, he's got other enemies to deal with. Because we move on to Aurelia. And she throws back her arrow and attempts to let another one loose.
Yeah, he's got to try to like dodge and weave all the people in front of him. I imagine that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Getting ganked is frustrating. Yeah.
This ogre just manages to bypass the arrow that Aurelia had shot with. Fortunately, the arrow does not succeed. Moving on to Zakayev, who is still laying prone, attempting to get up and falling back down again. We'll move on to Rizd. It is your turn, friend. What would you like to do?
I'm back.
Rizd, it's your turn, man.
Sorry, my internet died for a second.
You're all good.
Dude, there's a lot of potential crits this fucking fight. Jesus Christ.
What you gonna do, man?
I
3,
remember
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna smack him.
Okay.
We're doing fucking great. Keep it up, guys.
So I got an 18. And then... Is that plus anything? Let me check.
18?
I always forget if I have a strength modifier or not.
So, you come up and what are you attacking with? Your quarterstaff?
Quarterstaff, yeah.
Alright. You managed to come up to him and as best as you can with all this commotion and fucking the dwarves and Aurelius trying to take down this ogre, you come up with, next to him and hit him as hard as you can with your fucking stick. Dealing 2 points of bludgeoning damage to his left leg. Is that all you're gonna do this turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to...
Wait. Can I throw more oil on him?
So you moved, you attacked. I would say that'd be too much to do in one turn.
Okay.
And... you only had 1 vial of oil.
I have 4.
Okay, well, that's something you should have let me know when you bought it.
He did.
Did he say?
They were in my backpack.
He did.
They
say
were in my
Okay,
backpack.
it's all good.
I had 3, and I bought an additional. I had forgotten that I had it in the first place.
Okay.
It's all been written down. It was written down the entire time.
Mjolnir will now circumnavigate you guys and attempt to attack from right there.
This music, what the fuck, dude? This ogre's fucking a god.
That is going to
Holy
be a hit, however, it will not be a crit. As he comes down with his dwarven war axe, dealing 8 points of slashing damage to his. Cody, you had attacked his right side of his back. Mjolnir is attacking the left side of his back. As you guys are all, fucking ganking the shit out of him.
Great. It's just it be like that sometimes.
It do be like
sometimes
that.
like you get poked. Sometimes it just go good. Like, yeah.
It's coming down to Aurelius' turn. What are you gonna do, man? It's you. Then it's gonna be Alexi, and then Boris.
I'm gonna do something risky. I'm gonna
Ooh.
again try and attack with I'm going to swing down kind of like an X with my arms, trying to cut down, again, just cutting it at his abdomen, more or less. But I'm gonna power attack this time.
Okay. How much are you gonna minus?
It's the total, or the max I can do is -2. I forgot that my base attack bonus went up, and I didn't incorporate that last time. So with 2 weapon fighting and the -2 from power attack, I'm still looking at a +1.
Okay.
Math finder.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
So first attack. Nah.
You oofed that one.
Second attack.
Oof, as you just kind of flailing your arms about, not really hitting much. You're just kind of going out there and doing the best you can. However, none.
You're being your best.
Yeah. None of your attacks, unfortunately, hit. And Boris is seeing this, and he's got almost this mocking, menacing look in his face as all of you are trying to kill him, but not going so well. As it comes upon Alexi's turn.
Also on fire.
Alexi's going to attempt to hit with his great axe, and unfortunately, same thing. Boris is able to step out of the way momentarily.
We suck.
Comes down to
No, these dwarves suck.
as it comes to Boris's turn, he's going to use his cleave ability. He can hit all 4 of you, correct?
Dude,
No.
he can hit.
Cleave-
Does he have
cleave-
cleave or improved?
Improved cleave.
No, cleave
He has
only
improved
gives you
cleave?
1 additional attack.
No, hold on. He has improved cleave, buddy. Give me a second.
No, that's only 3 people then. He can only hit 3 people.
Or sorry, it's called great cleave, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, he has the step above.
A fighter can choose great cleave as one. Okay, you may now make unlimited cleave attempts in a round, so long as you slay each opponent and take a 5-foot step in between each attempt.
So he cannot.
He can, if he can kill,
5 people, 6 people.
do you have to kill all of them? Hold on,
Yes. You have to kill the person to cleave.
if you deal a creature enough damage to make it drop, below 0 hit points, you get an immediate extra melee attack. So yes, he can swing through all of them if he kills, like, whichever direction he's cleaving. So Mjolnir
Oh, he's gonna get
Aurelius.
Rizzed, Alexi, and Aurelius is what he's gonna try to do. That kind of corner there.
Okay, so he's gonna cleave, like, those 3. Gotcha.
He's gonna attempt to cleave it.
Try to.
Yeah, he can choose how he cleaves. It's just, he'd have to kill whoever first, or drop him below 0, then next person, next person. Damn, that's strong. I didn't even think about cleave.
So,
Cleave with a.
does he make one attack against everybody, or does he make 3 attacks?
No, he makes an attack. If the person goes below 0, you make another attack. If the person goes below 0, you make another attack.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so you choose who he attacks first, and if he can get that person to 0, then he'd go next person. Out of game, kinda, he probably would attack Ritz first. You said he's a bit smarter, so
He's gonna go Ritz, Alexi, and then Aurelius.
yeah. I said.
Fuck,
yeah.
that's really high. You rolled a 17. It's definitely gonna hit you guys.
Well, it's gonna hit Ritz.
Yeah, it's gonna hit
first.
Ritz first.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
That is going to do.
I'm just trying to make sure everything goes right. We fucked up last time. We did combat. Really hard.
That is going to be
Like we cheated. Basically.
15 points of bludgeoning
Wait,
damage.
did he hit me?
Woo!
He rolled a
Did he hit me?
17 nat.
Well, that's unfortunate. I believe I am at 0 HP.
7 or how much did he do?
What's your HP?
15. No, 14.
Ooh,
I am at
you're
negative
at
1.
-1. So he's gonna roll for Alexi now.
Clap.
Ooh, that's still gonna hit because he didn't roll a nat 1. That's plus
No. Oh, it does. Yeah, no, it does cleave. Yeah, never mind.
2, 11. That's
It cleaves
13
through.
with a 2. So he is going to deal 9 points of damage to Alexi. Does not bring him down to 0 though.
Good.
I do not get conked.
No, but he has an additional attack. If he has an additional attack, he can still try to hit Aurelius, right?
No, a cleave. I think cleaving is a full round action.
So he must be hitting you with like the edge of this thing. Damn. Perhaps cut the fuck up. Holy shit.
Fucking
Edge of what
I
thing?
don't know if he can make another attack. I'll just go ahead and
His axe.
No, he's using a club.
I'll roll
Oh,
with disadvantage on this.
That's
He's gonna try to hit Aurelius with his this is gonna be his last maneuver for the round. Oh my god.
You get some broken bones then or something.
So he oh shit, he rolled disadvantage, my bad. So he rolled the nat 20, but with disadvantage, he doesn't crit. He just hits your armor class and he's going to deal.
What do you roll?
He rolled it
No, you said
a
disadvantage.
nat 8. He did roll nat 20.
Wait, a nat 8 hits my fucking AC?
Plus his bonuses, yes. He's
Okay.
got like a plus.
That's a lot.
His second
Jesus.
attack is plus 11.
he
oh,
is
fuck,
also
no, okay.
enraged right now. Like
He's
fair.
he's
fair.
not enraged per se, yet.
oh, I thought he was in.
He was
like,
getting
he
there.
Had like barbarian rage.
He was
yeah.
getting there. 8. 9, 10.
Oh fuck! Damn!
That's
Power-
13
damn.
points of bludgeoning damage. Striking you 5 foot to
Okay.
the left. But this way. Wrist, you fall unconscious, right?
No, he takes 5 footsteps.
No, I'm saying this great club
You said
physically
13,
knocks you 5
Yeah,
feet.
it's knocking you back. So Ritz would go to the right one.
right? Hey Ryan,
Yeah.
Yes.
you said 13, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Just so you know, I am below half at that point.
Okay.
move your character.
Go
one space
ahead
to the right.
and
Yeah.
what is it for fucking roll a fortitude save.
Fortitude.
Me?
Yeah.
Just me or him?
No, him, because he's knocked below half. I can't remember exactly how instant death works. Okay, 15. As you're knocked aside, this great club kind of knocks you in the chest and forces all the air out of your lungs. However, you do manage to just barely stand. It's very fortunate that you didn't get knocked to the ground. Along with that, he takes one step back, kind of more so out of the fire.
But he's on fire.
Yes, his legs are on fire. However, it's dimming at this point. It's not very. It's just him. Like he could if he moves around enough, he'd be able to extinguish it.
Could always go with some system shock.
He's knocked unconscious. Raptor, you are also.
I'm gonna send you a thing, right?
Okay. Raptor, you are also knocked unconscious. Elowen.
Woohoo! Unconscious.
Elowen.
It's getting dangerous enough that I'm not gonna care as much what the dwarves think. Plus, I'm behind them; they can't see me as well. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking go into the spider form. It's getting dangerous. Like, Ritz is fucking unconscious, or Ellis just almost died. Like, I just lost my parents. I can't lose these friends. Yeah, I'm gonna go into spider form.
Okay.
And in spider form, I am going to attack him with my fangs and try to use up my only chance at poisoning him for the whole day. Like, so if this doesn't work, he is not poisoned from any other attacks I use. Alright, so that is slash roll 1d20 plus 4.
Go ahead and roll again. Jesus. Unfortunately.
Oh my god, though.
Unfortunately, you were not able to crit.
No, nat 20. Nat 20. You don't have to confirm.
Yes, you do. We've been playing like this the entire campaign.
Ryan's made it this way. In normal 3.5, you don't, but he's taking Pathfinder's confirm one. It's how the DM wants. There's no set in stone rule. Like, he could have made my web weaker if he wanted to. I don't.
So yeah, go ahead and roll for damage. It's just like if you really crit, it's like that's a big thing. You're dealing a shit ton of damage, in theory.
So this is alright. This is 1 damage for my bite, but venom, since that does hit him, I have to call it before I do, so I can waste the damn shit. But it did hit him, so it's 1d4 damage for 1d3 turns.
Does he get a will save? Or fortitude save, I mean?
I didn't make one. You can put one on there if you want. I didn't put a save because, like, I have to call it out before I hit him. So if it would have missed, I can no longer poison enemies for the whole day. Like, it's gone until next day. I get 1 strike.
Okay.
Or you can make it so it doesn't.
I got
it doesn't get
insanely lucky.
lost. You could make it so it doesn't get lost, and it has a save.
And have a save, yeah. So you can make it to where, like, if I hit him, then I can decide whether or not I want to use the poison. But then he has a save. I would say that's, like, how you balance that.
So you think he should get a save or not?
If I had to call it out before, it's up to you. Do you want the poison to be I call it out and have a chance to lose it? Or I can call it after I hit, so it's guaranteed, but he gets a save, which isn't.
I think once you bite onto him, you could choose to poison him or not.
Okay. So I'm going to choose 2, and then we would make it. Let's just do it like a 10 plus level, just like a spell. So
Okay.
plus 2,
I
I guess.
figured there's a difference
so,
between your poison and your bite. So if you you want to just bite, that's fine. However, if you want to bite and then you say, "Oh, I want to poison him. I want to inject him with fucking poison," you could choose to do that after you've hit. I think that's fine.
It would be venom. You were right.
Venom.
Venom is injected. Poison is
and
injected.
then
Yeah.
so it's gonna be like a 14 DC fortitude save.
Fortitude. Okay, he's
All
not
right.
very good in that. That's a nat 19.
So I'm lucky I at least got
That's
it.
a nat
then.
19.
Oh, nat 19.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, he's not venom then. Yeah, we'll switch it to that. Yeah, you can choose to do a D4 damage for 1d3 turns or 2 stat point damage every turn.
Okay. So as you just went to go bite on him. Sorry, I wasn't necessarily really following him.
Yeah, so it only did 1 point of damage.
Okay, are you
'cause
on
it
him
didn't
at
crit.
all or anything? You're in spider form, correct? Just so that I'm aware.
Yeah.
All right, I need to get you a spider token.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, a Black Widow. I made it a Black Widow.
All right. Do you grow any? Are you large size class now, or are you still medium?
I think we said it would be a large when it's a Drider.
Okay.
When I'm a Drider.
Okay,
Later.
that's fine. All right, moving on.
Yeah,
So
later.
you're not on him or anything. You're kind of just next to him. You just went to go bite him.
Yeah, just behind
Okay.
him, and I bit him, but it didn't do much. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Aurelia's turn. She's gonna go ahead and with a quick, swift action, draw her bow back, release an arrow, and she's going to hit that time directly in the ogre's shoulder, dealing 2 points of piercing damage. Unfortunately, it does not do much. However, any sort of damage is good. This thing is, I wouldn't say bleeding out, but it's definitely succumbing to the injuries that you guys are dealing to it.
He's a beefcake.
He's a beefcake. Zakayev is unconscious, as well as Rizd. You are at -1 hit point. Go ahead and make a death saving throw. Just roll a 1d20. That is 1 failure on your death saving roll. Go ahead and keep that in mind as we move on to Mjolnir, who is going to make his way, kind of stepping in front of you, Rizd, as to make sure you don't get hit anymore. He's going to come down with his Dwarven War Axe one more time, using all his might, and roll a nat 2. Terrible rolls.
That's a lot of might.
Terrible rolls tonight from the dwarves. However, they're doing their best over here. God damn it. He is going to unfortunately fumble his attack, and it's going to move on to Aurelius now. What would you like to do as you recuperate from
read my
this
message real
blow?
quick.
What's up?
Read that message I sent you. real quick.
So you're gonna go ahead and do it, correct?
I'm gonna try. I thought I had to make a save.
Yes. Go ahead and make a will save.
A will save. Okay. Oh, there we go.
So, Aurelius, as you have this pent up energy trying to be released within inside of you, you attempt to resist this this feeling within your body. However, you're not quite sure how to control it, and within a matter of seconds, Elowin, Alexei, Mjolnir, Aurelia, you begin to see this form being taken over Aurelius, much like how Elowin has turned into spider form. You notice Aurelius begin to his muscle mass begins to grow. His the hair on his arms begin to stand up and grow more patchy, as with more hair, as he begins to take on this form of
Werewolf.
Are you a fucking lichen?
as he begins to take this
Bruh.
form of this gnarly snout and ears.
I might as well call us the fucking Adams Party.
As this form begins to
Fucking-
take shape, it begins to succumb back inside Aurelius, and Aurelius begins also to take form, and unfortunately is not being able to be released. However, you see this image of a very, very unsettling, unnerving creature try to take form over Aurelius. That doesn't take up all of your turn, Aurelius. However,
are monsters.
you can try to attack if you'd like, and that would probably be the only thing. You can either attack or flee.
If I flee, I'm gonna incur an attack of opportunity. So, I'm gonna go for it again. I'm gonna fucking power attack both my weapons.
All right.
I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
Be risky.
This is fucking weird, dude.
That's 18.
18. You do hit. Go ahead and
I'm gonna do both of them at the same
all
time.
right. Wait, that's a. Well, that's with the -2 though, right?
That's with a +1 in the end.
Right, because you did the power attack. Okay.
Yep. And then no, so 1.
So 1 again, trying to.
Now, since it's a light weapon, I double that, so I'm dealing an extra 4 damage.
Okay.
So,
again, with you're unable to kind of land an attack with your left arm. However, your right hook, man, you got that down as best as you can.
Ooh.
Dealing 6 points
So that's
of
10. That's 13.
slashing or piercing. Are you attempting to pierce it or?
I'm slashing.
Okay. Again, across its belly, wounds. About 3 or 4 slash wounds across this dude's chest. 6. Okay. Alexi. He is going to come up and try to hit with his Great Dwarven War Axe. And he is going to roll a 13, which is unfortunately is not enough. Alexi.
God,
Alexi.
damn, these dwarves are awesome.
Dude, I'm not trying to like nerf these fucking guys, but honestly, they're just rolling really
They just
shit.
suck butt.
Like below 10.
That's how it be sometimes.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I'm honestly
They
not
do
fudging
be
any
like
rolls.
that.
Like every single
Like,
roll has been below 10. It's really unfortunate.
You like
Dude,
that.
dude, it's just how it works. Like,
Yeah.
dice are random. Yeah. Will Wheaton.
Boris, as it now comes to his turn, you see this pent-up rage with him as you can see him succumbing to his wounds. He begins to be, I guess, engulfed by this. I wouldn't want to say magical power, but you see something come over him, and he begins to just rage, essentially. Overpowering what would be his newfound physical form. He turns to you, Elowen, from behind as he finally knows.
Oh shit.
He finally is about to deal with this
As
elven
he
bitch
just
behind him
rage.
as he attempts to
No.
club you. That is going to be a 26 hit, dealing.
Oh fuck yeah.
I don't know how in your spider form is going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. As he knocks you.
Oh wait, bludgeoning?
Yes.
Oh wait, that just helps him to hit me. Okay.
Yeah, he knocks you to the side 5 feet. 11 points of bludgeoning. I'm not sure what your HP is.
Oh fuck, I'm at 1 HP. I'm at 1 HP.
Roll a fortitude save.
boy.
Roll a
HP.
fortitude save.
That is a +1, so bam.
As you're knocked aside, most of your HP being taken away, leaving you at 1 hit point, bringing you down to 0 hit points as the force of the attack, unfortunately, is just dealt way too much damage, and you being the small woman that you are, fortunately that's the rules, main.
I don't know what to do with my hands. you can just keep them down the side.
So you're knocked unconscious.
TPK.
And with his rage ability, he's gonna turn to you, Aurelius.
We got Aurelia, but
Yeah, he's gonna turn to you, Aurelius, and as he looks at you with this fiery rage in his eyes, he takes his great club down and smashes it to your left into the head of Zakayev as bits of dwarven brain matter spray over your side. Elowen.
Holy fuck!
Elowen.
Dude, I'm at 0. What does that mean? I'm unconscious.
Yes,
You're stable.
No.
He's not stable.
Sorry, it shouldn't be 0. It should be -1 because 0 would be unconscious but stable.
Stable.
That would bring you to be unstableness, so you should be at -1. Go ahead and roll a death saving throw.
Is it fortitude?
Nope,
or?
just a flat 1d20. That is a failure. Keep that in mind as we move on to Aurelia's turn, who is going to come up a little bit closer and attempt to fire at Boris's head. It was a nat 19. I believe that's crit. Oh no, she rolled a nat 19 and then a nat 1. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I think 19 might be a crit. If it's not, I'll go ahead and just roll for damage anyway. 7 points of piercing damage directly into the side of Boris's neck as he kind of takes the arrow and just kind of holds it as best as he can. It's deep within his neck as you see a bubble of blood coming out of his mouth. Severely hurt. Move on to Zakayev's turn, who is unconscious. Or dead now, I guess. You could say.
You brained
Yeah,
him.
his head exploded.
Yeah, his head is exploded. Wrist, make a death saving throw.
Ritz.
Yeah. Death saving throw.
Roll for your life.
Roll for your life or not, bitch.
11. That is a success.
Hey.
1 success, 1 failure. As we move on to Mjolnir, who just saw one of his best comrades basically killed in combat. And as we move on to Mjolnir's turn, Aurelius, as something that you didn't quite notice, and something that Mjolnir and Alexei and Aurelia did not notice initially, is upon the strike on Zakayev's head and his brain matter just you notice that the blood around you is gray and not red, as his outer extremities, his armor and his skin begin to melt from the bone.
Gross.
Revealing this leathery gray humanoid creature.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Dude, what if the ogre is just a giant skinwalker?
Mjolnir is going to deal 10 points of slashing damage, I should say, to Boris, knocking him down on one knee. He is on his left knee, bleeding profusely from the mouth and stomach, and from his right side back.
Aurelia about to slide in the ogre pussy.
Aurelius, that is your turn.
Oh, Aurelius is alive. I thought you were knocked unconscious, Nick. Damn.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
just
okay, we
defend.
actually have a good chance. Alright, I thought we were all fucked.
I'm going to again. I'm going all out. We gotta fucking kill him, so I'm gonna risk it and just keep power attacking with both my weapons.
He's a gladiator, dude.
Ah!
Oh, roll again.
God damn.
Oh,
It's okay. It's a hit though.
okay.
And then the next one. Nah, so one hit.
So again, as you come around with your left hook, you're unable to even with his sort of his bellowing and his frustration. You come around with your right hook with your sword.
It's a whole 12 this time.
12 points of damage. Nick, how would you like to kill Boris the Ogre?
Okay, so I'm gonna use. Can I fucking? I'm gonna jump at him, both swords, plant them into his chest, and just drag my way down, opening him up.
Okay. Kind of maneuvering as best as you can around Zakayev's form and Alexei. You see this ogre down on one knee, blood profusely coming from his mouth. As you begin to strike with your left hand, narrowly missing, you think to yourself for but a moment that this ogre is very, very low, and as you, with all the strength you can muster, attempt to run up on Boris, you use the knee that he's kneeling on. I guess you could say the knee that is up, his right knee. You plant your left foot upon that knee and are able to jump. And coming down with one of your short swords in your right hand, you plunge the short sword directly in the middle of his chest, and you use your weight to drag yourself down, conveniently opening up his chest cavity as guts begin to spill out and distinguish the fires at his feet. Finally, after all this commotion, Boris the Ogre has dropped dead.
I'm going to let loose my greatest war cry.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Was he a werewolf still? I'm so fucking.
No, I
confused.
didn't.
He tried
No.
to, but it didn't work.
I did not
Oh.
try to.
Oh well, he almost did,
They don't know that.
and then didn't.
Something happened. That is all.
And we don't
just-
know what it was. Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and make an
You saw him
intimidation
get
check real quick
furry.
for Alexei and Mjolnir and Aurelia. 21. As you release this echoing sort of scream, this war cry of this barbarian-esque war cry, as you hold onto your short sword at the cusp of his intestines, at his lower chest cavity. Mjolnir just kind of throws his hammer to the side. Alexei takes a step back, and Aurelia doesn't throw down her bow, but kind of lowers her bow, taking in the situation. As you stand up, blood kind of coating your face, taking in the situation. Go ahead, Cody.
Should we roll the rest of the death saving
Yes,
throws?
just one moment. I have to pee really quick. Go ahead and figure out what you guys want to do, I guess, Aurelius and Aurelia. I'll have you guys roll.
Fuck.
In just one moment. I really have to pee.
Fuck. If I have 2 failures, did I just die?
No, it's
3 failures is a death.
Hey, 1 success, boys.
I would
Maybe 2
wait.
successes.
Yeah, wait for Ryan.
I thought.
No, I rolled a 5, so that was my second failure, and then 18 is a success. Success.
Yeah, no, but you don't want him, like, Ryan could say, like, that one didn't count because he didn't tell you to do it, so I would just hold off.
He said go ahead and roll him, I thought.
No, he said do it for you.
Yeah, I thought he said hold on.
Ah, rip. Fuck.
Mini Foch.
I had to go all rule Nazi there, but I think that was just because there was a lot of numbers being, like, used, yeah.
So, Elowen, that... Excuse me. Is that 1 failure, 1 success, or is that 2 failures?
That is 1, that's 2 failures at the 5, and then with the 18, that's a success. So I don't know what that
So
means.
you're 2
Oh, I
Maybe
wasn't
that
gonna have you
they-
roll. I wasn't gonna have you roll like until you either live or die. So just take that 5 into account. You have 2 failures, and that's it, correct?
Okay.
And then Riz, do you have
Yeah.
2 failures and 1 success, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that whole debacle, Aurelius, as you look down to your side, as you finally get up, you notice that Zakayev has sort of tethered in to this humanoid, just under 6 foot, bulbous head, deep dark black eyes. This creature that you you've never seen before. You're not sure exactly what had happened. You're kind of baffled by the whole situation, and you're trying to take all this in, and you're not really sure what to do.
I look at the other two dwarves. What the hell is that?
It's like I have. And Alexi's like, what the hell? As you can see from Mjolnir's wounds, he is bleeding red.
Okay.
Alexi,
what about
Alexi as well. He is also bleeding red. Aurelia just kind of comes up and examines the body. Like I said,
Well, so much for us, am I right?
the outer extremities of it are... The skin is basically melted away. However, the scale mail, the weapon remains. All its like personal belongings remain.
Fuck, I bought scale mail for no reason.
Well, this is scale mail on a dwarf.
Oh, well, I mean, they're still medium sized, but yeah, you're right.
It wouldn't fit you that well.
Yeah.
I'd probably give you like a +2 or +3 instead of the original +4.
Instead of
So breaking combat, this ogre stands before you, eviscerated. Zakayev dead, and Ritzt and Elowin unconscious before you as Mjolnir rushes. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell Aurelia to see what she can do because she's better with the whole medical side of things than I am.
The not dying.
All right. She's going to attempt to roll. She has several bandages. I mean, she had learned from the previous encounter that you should always carry basic medical supplies. Not really. I wouldn't really say medical supplies, but just items that could help you, like for instance, rags and things of that sort that could stop bleeding. Tourniquets.
Just wanted to say, what the fuck is Gilderoy? Is he a cleric?
A wizard.
He's a basically a wizard, yeah.
A wizard? Oh yeah, that's right. He's a muscle wizard.
So with an 18, she manages to do her best with Elwyn's wounds. Since it was a bludgeoning weapon, there's various amounts of internal damage that she can't really do much about. Unfortunately, however, she can splint and make sure Elwyn doesn't move. Because the more Elwyn moves, the more the more she could.
Going to further injure herself.
Exactly. Mjolnir is going to come over and do his best again with wrist. Fuck! I did that right. R/1d20.
/R.
And Mjolnir, much of the same, attempts to splint and kind of make sure wrist does not move.
I'm not fucking moving.
We're not fucking moving. However, the building that stands before you, Aurelius, from what you could kind of bring together is Boris's shelter, his room, his estate.
Since I'm no help with the wounded, I'm gonna go try and investigate.
Okay. And Alexi's gonna accompany you up there.
Okay. I wanna have a conversation with him. Is just him? Mjolnir is staying down
Correct.
there?
It's just Alexi that's with you.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna talk with Alexi as we go up there.
What do you say to him?
A strange man, not from the village, somebody that was also visiting, had mentioned before we left to come help you guys with this, that there were something called doppelgangers in the town. I have a feeling that may be what your friend there turned into.
And as he kind of clutches his chest, kind of rehabilitates himself with his wounds, he turns to you. I known Zakaya for over 4 years, I think.
That was not him.
Hard to tell when he had changed. I don't know what to say.
I'm not asking you to say anything about that. I understand you lost a friend in more ways than just one right now. But maybe when we head back to town, we shouldn't exactly trust whoever sent us on this. We don't know who could be compromised.
I do not wish to speak on it now. Let's just get
That's
it
fine.
here.
Let's continue this then.
So, as you come upon the door, its frame begins to glow an amber orange. Dark amber orange.
Mm-hmm.
And coming upon it, this door also speaks to you. And before you can say anything, before the door even greets you, it just begins to speak the words. You are the one who seeks revenge. You are the strongest of your kind. You came from nothing, yet now you are something. To enter, simply speak that of which I'm trying to define.
Can you repeat that so I can type it out and see it?
You are the one who seeks revenge. You are the strongest of your kind. You came from nothing, yet now you are something. To enter, simply speak, of which I am trying to define.
Oh wait, fuck! I'm gonna have to write it down too.
You're the
You
one.
can't write it
You're the
down. We
strongest
don't-
of your kind.
Oh
Cody,
wait,
we
yeah,
can't-
I'm fucking forgetting. I'm dumb. God damn it. See, I shouldn't listen in. This is why I don't listen in. I'm gonna go back to the video I have on the side for this shit.
Yeah, you're the one who seeks revenge. You're the strongest of your kind.
You came
What came
You
after
came
that?
from nothing, yet now you are something. To enter, simply speak, of which I'm trying to define.
Okay. Could this be another thing to do with magic, maybe? I'm gonna look down to what's his face?
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir. No, the one that came with me.
Oh, Alexi?
Alexi. Do you have any ideas?
I could barely think right now. It's talking as if it's speaking to someone. Doesn't use third person.
Yeah. Seeks revenge. Fucking hell.
And the door says again, "You are the one who seeks revenge. You are the strongest of your kind. You came from nothing, yet now you are something. To enter, simply speak, of which I'm trying to define."
Is it talking about me? Like,
It's using the word you.
yeah.
Did Nick have to go do something?
No,
He's
I'm just
thinking.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
I feel like I'm putting way too
Okay,
much
back.
thought into it, but I can't tell.
Oh, you're thinking about the riddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would make a
forgot.
guess soon. Your friends are bleeding out. Well, I should say bleeding in. Huh.
Yeah.
Fuck this fucking door. Playing D&D. Yeah.
I don't know, like, it's saying you, but there's no way this riddle was created for, like, me as a person.
Then who do you think it was created for?
I don't know, like, unless it's different for whoever's trying to go in. I have no fucking idea, dude.
Oh god, this is radioactive. I thought it was. I was like, but guitar?
I don't know, all Aurelius would be able to think of is, like, what he is, so, like, I mean, I am a gladiator, but... Does that work if I say that?
You utter the words gladiator. And the amber around the door does not brighten or dim. Stays the same. And at this point, several minutes go by,
Mm-hmm.
and you look back at Mjolnir and Aurelia doing their best, but unfortunately, Elowen and Rizd will succumb to their wounds eventually.
This fucking song. Aurelius, like, dude, I had a video playing, and Aurelius goes, I am a gladiator, and the video goes, exactly. It was funny as shit. Your observations of perception or something, yeah. So we just both died?
No. You haven't made another saving throw.
Oh, I thought you said we succumbed.
No, you are succumbing to your wounds.
Ah.
If this door doesn't get open to this treasure,
We don't have anybody. I don't fucking know what it could be.
think in simple terms.
I can't chime in, Nikki. Sorry.
I'm trying to think in simple terms. I don't know, a human.
The amber glow persists. Aurelia's gonna try to make another heal check. Fuck! I'm terrible. And Mjolnir. Okay. Nick, I'll give you a few minutes. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to have them make another death saving roll.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to make one anyway. I don't.
No, you could.
What are our options? Go back to the town of people that we don't know. Like-
Yeah. He'll death saving throw, right?
Hold on.
I'd
Hold on.
imagine.
Before you guys make one, I want Nick to at least guess one more time. He's only guessed twice.
Okay.
Life?
And as the amber glow persists still,
I have no fucking idea, dude.
go ahead and make your death saving throws.
3 fails. Dead. Cody?
Hold on.
One more time.
No, not yet. He has 2 successes, right? And one success.
I had two failures. This
And 2
is one
successes.
success.
No, 2.
What?
This is your
Oh,
second
2.
success.
Hold on.
okay. I thought Ryan didn't count the first success.
I didn't.
Oh,
So it's
never
1
mind,
success and
only
2
one.
failures. Aurelius,
Yeah.
or Riz,
Oh,
as
I'm the victor.
Wait,
I'm...
are you cutting out one of mine for not counting 2 then?
no, what are you talking about?
No, I rolled when he told me not to.
Yes.
So
So I didn't count that one.
they didn't
Wrist
count.
as
Yeah, now I'm dead.
rest in the back of your mind as you attempt to cling on as best you can. You feel this weightless kind of cloud, not really a cloud, but like this mass kind of come up on your back, and gently you feel as if you're kind of floating away. Elowin, you manage to cling on ever so slightly as the fighter in you wants to be alive. Aurelius, as you're mulling this over, you hear footsteps behind you, and Mjolnir comes up, and he begins to speak. It's a name.
A name?
Who did we come here to fight?
Boris.
And Mjolnir almost drops to his knees
This
as
is-
the amber glow brightens in the doors.
See, I figured it was talking directly to one of us. That's where I was wrong.
The ogre is selfish.
You were thinking
Would make
too
illusions.
complicated, Nick.
The ogre is selfish
How are
and
the injured doing?
is too full of himself.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
As you come into this room,
Can't believe I didn't. Yeah, I knew as soon as I figured it out, I wouldn't fucking. Okay.
you, Mjolnir, and Alexei go into this large sort of cathedral-like structure. It's not like super huge. It's a fairly picture like a small church. As you see, various small mounds of gold and gems, and from what you gather, you can estimate to probably around 800 to 1,000 gold sitting there. Actually, 800 to 1,200 gold. Sorry. That you can kind of conjure as you look about the building. As you begin to walk in, you hear Aurelia yelling from behind you. What do you guys see?
Gold.
Is there anything of use? Anything we could help them with at all?
Do I see anything?
She is going to make another. Fuck.
You just are the worst.
Yeah, I can't fucking. I'm not a player. As you walk in, you see these mounds of gold. You see various potions, and several
Potions, like any
chalices.
health potions?
As you kind of look over, you see minor health potions that
Literally, that would work.
As you run and identify this red liquid that you're not even really sure if it's a health potion, but at this point you're gonna try to do anything you can to help your fellow friends as you rush over and you grab the potion and you run out as fast as you can. Cody, go ahead and make another saving throw.
Fuck. Damn.
Aurelius, as you come over and pop the fucking cork off, you begin to pour over the lips of Elowen. And as the potion glistens on the lips of Elowen, you can see it go down the throat. Elowen, this breath begins to overcome you. As you open your eyes, you are very, very weak.
Oh, shit.
However, just as you manage to drift off and let go, something pulls you back immediately. And you manage to cling on. Like I said, at this point you are very, very weak. However, just in the nick of time, you're able to kind of grasp on and overcome that unconsciousness. And you are brought to 1 hit point.
Damn.
I rush over to our other party member now.
And as you begin to pour the other quarter, 50% of the liquid into his mouth, just as you had seen in Elowen, the glistening on the lips, it's the pouring down the throat. Seconds go by, seconds turn into 10 seconds, into 20, and there's nothing coming to within wrist. As you begin to wait, where seconds finally turn into a minute, Aurelia, after helping Elowen catch her breath, steps to the side, and Mjolnir and Alexei. Mjolnir steps beside you. I think he's gone, my friend.
I stand up and put my weapons away. And I just start walking into the other room. Not really showing any emotion or anything, just kind of going.
And as you walk away, Mjolnir turns around. If we could get him to Northcrest. And he kind of looks over at Alexei, and Alexei kind of looks down, almost shaking his head. Mjolnir looks back up at you. All I'm saying, a conjurer. Would be expensive.
How expensive?
That I do not know.
Like steal those gems in that building.
Yeah.
Way more wealth than Boris has. Or had.
Oh shit. Fuck.
All I'm saying, it's an option.
is it possible? Tywin.
Northcrest would be the place to do it. I don't know of anywhere
Make
else.
my way.
All right.
I'm just gonna start gathering.
Cody,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
So can I talk and speak or anything, or?
Initially, you were not able to speak. However, go ahead and add 3 hit points, and you're able to kind of muster some words. You're able to sit up, but not quite stand.
Gotcha. So I'd imagine I'm against like the bushes then.
Yeah,
my
you
back.
could sort of maneuver yourself to the bushes and kind of lean your back.
I look over at Aurelia and I say, "Get Aurelius over here. Get Marcus.
There you go.
Get Marcus." Yeah.
She looks up at you, Nick. Marcus. Elowen would like a word. And as Aurelia comes, and so just sort of looks over wrist.
I walk back.
We need Tywin's aircraft ship, and we need. Once we get him to take us to Northcrest, take Ritz with us onto the aircraft, and once we land in Northcrest, we're killing Tywin.
Why are we killing the man?
Because we're gonna sell his airship to bring Ritz back.
I'm not killing a life for a life. That man has done. He's done wrong.
Just know, by leaving me alive, it's gonna happen. I'm going to kill him and take his airship.
You may try. The man does not deserve to die.
I'd leave it at that. I got you, Ritz.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna kill Tywin, his scummy ass.
Aurelius,
Sell his airship.
before you move back, as you guys kind of like wrap up this conversation you had, Mjolnir and Alexei kind of walk over to you guys. And Mjolnir speaks up. He says, "Please, let us go with you. Let us start new lives. Wherever you're going, there's nothing for us here in Riegel Port with the doppelgangers. I bid you no burden. Alexei bids you no burden. Just let us start new with this newfound wealth. That's all we can ask."
That's fine. But we're taking some of it as well.
I don't care. I just want to start new.
I just nod, and I go to start gathering what I can, looking for anything useful.
And they follow. And eventually, Cody, you were brought out a stronger health potion to kind of get you rejuvenated. And you're able to nab 5 more hit points to yourself as you manage to stand, and you're able to walk. However, if you were to encounter another enemy, you probably wouldn't be as effective. However, like I said, you're able to move around and make your way to the building, to which you are able to find roughly 1,100 gold, give or take. I'll just kind of round it out to 1,100 gold.
Okay.
Several minor healing potions, and I'd say 2 moderate. I would say probably 4 minor and 2 moderate.
Okay, I'm just gonna add this all onto my sheet for now, and we'll split it up later.
Okay. And you do manage to find a very unique ring.
Sorry, you said real quick for the potions. You said 4 lesser
Yes.
and 2 moderate.
Yes. And amongst the gold and,
Okay.
and the gems,
Mhm.
like I said, you were able to find a ring, which Alexei kind of looks at. Ah, yes. This is a ring of tracking. I am very familiar. The ring of tracking, once attuned, its person, its owner, shall know the location of the ring at all times. And he kind of pings it towards you, Elowen. Do with it as you wish.
What is it?
It's a ring of tracking. You can attune yourself to it if you'd like. And basically what that'll do is no matter where the ring is, you will be able to know its location. Useful for such things as maybe like tracking a person or anything that you'd want to maybe slip into the pocket of, or you could find various uses for it. It's a very minor magic item.
So I put the ring on then.
It's still pretty useful.
Okay.
Any other items that we find other than the golden gems and stuff?
Nope, that is pretty much it.
Okay.
Normally from Mjolnir's kind of what you first thought about him, you would expect him to kind of take this treasure back and divide it amongst the denizens of Riegel Port and take back a percentage. Now, upon realizing one of his best friends is not one of his best friends, his sort of ideals is to get the hell out of here and find a new place in Winter, Westeron or
Northcrest.
Winterhome.
Yeah.
Northcrest specifically. It is one of the biggest cities in the world.
Okay.
So let me just go back over the loot.
Is the ring of tracking your own item you made up?
I found it. I don't know if it's I think it's homebrewed. I stole it from like somebody's homebrew.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, I can't actually find that item anywhere. Oh.
Yeah, you're good.
I was like,
So as you take as much gold as you can with your bags, you come out to Rist's body, and what is the plan? Like, what do you guys want to do?
I say we take Ritz back to the airship. We get out of here. We don't care about the mayor. We don't care about the city. We care about getting Ritz to Northcrest. And then whatever happens from there happens from there.
As you guys...
That's my idea of a plan. You guys have
Aurelius?
your options. So
Aurelia is wholeheartedly agrees.
I'll hear whatever you guys say.
I agree we should take him, see if we can figure something out. But...
And as you pick up Riz's lifeless body, kind of carry him back, circumnavigating the whole wall of Riegel Port, as you don't want to enter the southern gate and have any eyes upon you. The sun is now just about to set, and darkness has fallen over the village of Riegel Port. As you make your way around the wall, you get to the northeastern gate and make your way back up the path of the airship.
Way better than Game of Thrones Season 8.
And as you make your way up the brow of the SS Galeon, Tywin, over the edge, kind of...
You mean the bow?
The bow, same thing. Sure, if you want to... Technically, it's a brow of a ship, but the bow of a ship I think you're talking about is the front.
Yeah.
This is the brow. This is the catwalk to the ship from the dock.
Oh.
Yeah. Tywin kind of peeks over, and as he notices wrists in Aurelius' arms, he doesn't say a word. He pulls up the brow once everybody is boarded. That being Aurelius, Alexi, Mjolnir, Aurelia, and Rist, Elowen, like everybody. He gives a little nod to Mjolnir and Alexi, sharing no exchange of words. Pulls the brow up, gets onto the wheel, and begins to start the engines. And as you guys pull away from the village of Riegel Port, you see some denizens looking up as you begin to fly over the hillside back around the mountain towards Northcrest.
Dude, these dwarves are really tight compadres, man. They are the shit. Like, we both just had, for each of our parties, we kind of had this common, like, friend death thing. But one was, like, horrifying because the doppelganger thing, and the other has a chance.
I got destroyed.
You got a chance, though. We can get you to fucking Northcrest.
It is possible. Currently,
It is possible.
he hasn't been dead for too much longer. However, that will wrap up session. What is this? 4 now?
Yep.
This was session 4.
All right, we're getting into the nitty gritty.
I'm gonna have to write down everything. Yeah.
Nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty, and we're level 2.
Level 2, man. I mean, fucking.
Level 2 is hard shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you guys ventured out from Oakhart, and you know you wanna become adventurers.
That's
This is kind of the you know.
It should be that way. Yeah.
And hopefully you guys make it to Northcrest in time, and under the certain conditions, nothing will delay you. And this is kind of like best case scenario. I mean, if everything works out, we'll just have to see. As the SS Galeon begins to make its way towards Northcrest. Okay. I feel like that was a pretty successful session. I had a lot of shit planned out.
Dead.
Thankfully, everything went smoothly. I'll probably be uploading this tomorrow morning. So.
Well, boys, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, man.
Good night.
Hi, man.
See you, man.